Pro Grass by First Commonwealth Bank, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Dollar Bank, by Monticello's Italian Restaurant, and by Management Sciences. Campano and Scott Majeski for all the action.
Football Friday night and your video stream game of the week here on the MSA Sports Network. Tonight from McKees Rocks at Sto-Rox High School, it's a battle of two of the top four teams in Class 1A as the Rochester Rams visit the Sto-Rox Vikings. Good evening and welcome to 2016 WPIAL High School football here on the MSA Sports Network, brought to you by Pro Grass First and Turf. He's Cory Campano, I'm Matt Vandriak, and Cory, week 3 brings us to a very exciting early season matchup between these two Big 7 rivals who haven't played each other in a couple of years. Both schools have experienced some down years, some non-playoff years, but they're both off to a great start here in 2K16 on the up and up, renewing a great rivalry early on here for tops in this Big 7 conference.
Yeah, neither of them have a loss. Sto-Rox and Rochester. Matt, for us, this is the third week in a row we've been together, and we've seen 2 blowouts the first 2 weeks. Hopefully not in line for another one of those this week. National anthem about to be played here.
We'll pause for the national anthem played by the Sto-Rox Marching Band. Not large in number, but definitely loud in sound. The Sto-Rox Marching Band with their national anthem here from McKees Rocks tonight. Cory, as we were saying, what a great matchup we have here in this early part of the season. Sto-Rox 3-0. They're ranked number 4 in this week's MSA Sports Top 10 for Class 1A. Rochester, the Rams, coming in 2-0, ranked number 3 in this week's MSA Sports Top 10 for Class 1A. And both teams are coming off of very impressive victories last week as well.
Yeah, big victories on each side. First, 36-12 in the favor of the Sto-Rox Vikings. They won at Shenango, actually beat Union the week before. Same score on the road as well. For Rochester, and another good win for them at 42-18 over Summit Academy. They beat Shenango at home 35-21. These teams can both score. There's no secret about that. They both are over 70 points on the season. 77 for Rochester in just 2 games. 72 in 2 games, conference games for Sto-Rox. But you said it earlier, man. Renewing a rivalry. That's what it's all about here tonight. And Sto-Rox really feels comfortable coming down from Class AA with the reclassification now in this Big 7 conference in single A. Really, they feel like a competitor. They feel like they have the strengths behind Brady Dowd at quarterback, whereas Rochester likes Ian Kuba at quarterback because they can not only run the football now but pass as well. And they are really starting to come back to form from all those winning seasons that they had not so long ago.
You talked about the two guys we're going to see the bulk of the offense in the hands of. There's no doubt Brady Dowd is a good football player. Brady Dowd for Sto-Rox, 39-58 on the season, 717 yards passing, 7 touchdowns and 1 interception. Dowd number 3 in the WPIAL and number 1 in Class 1A in passing yards. On the other side of the ball, we're going to see Ian Kuba. Kuba's 10 of 20 on the season, 298 yards passing, 4 touchdowns to 1 interception. He's also rushed for 208 yards and scored 5 rushing touchdowns. Kuba's number 8 in Class 1A in passing yards and number 7 in the classification in rushing yards.
Yeah, and really, you said it. I mean, it's going to be in their hands the majority of the night. Both offenses do run through the quarterback. It's so easy to say night in and night out, but that is beyond the case here tonight for Sto-Rox and Rochester. Quarterback play going to be huge, and I think the biggest key to this game, who can score first and who can get the first turnover, because there's so much offense in this game. Who can have their defense step up to turn into a score?
Well, you take a look at these teams as a whole. Sto-Rox averaging 38 points per game. That's fifth most in Class 1A. They're giving up an average of 15.3 points against. That's the sixth lowest in the classification. Rochester averaging 38.5 points per game, which is fourth most in Class 1A. The Rams are giving up an average of 19.5 points against, which is 10th lowest in the classification. After Brady Dowd, well, you have a lot of other offensive weapons on the Vikings side of the ball as well. He has a great tandem of wide receivers, Amir Austin and Levon Hawkins. Austin, 10 catches, 279 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Hawkins, 10 catches, 163 yards and 3 touchdowns. Amir Austin tied for tops in Class 1A with 10 catches. He's second in receiving yards with 279. Levon Hawkins tied with his teammate as for first in receptions. Hawkins is fourth in receiving yards with 163. Behind those two, you have Seth Alexander, who's caught 7 balls for 155 yards and a touchdown. And the ground game is led by Devontae Williams. Williams has 238 yards in total offense, 108 yards on the ground, 130 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns so far in 2K16. On the Rochester side of the ball, Ian Kuba has done it all pretty much, but he has a couple of good backs behind him. Caleb Collins is a solid receiver as well. Collins has 105 yards receiving and a touchdown in the season. Chris Hayes, the leading rusher behind Kuba, with 122 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. Talked about these teams coming back after a couple of down years, and for Sto-Rox, it's been a tough couple of years as a member of Class AA Century Conference. The Vikings 1-8 both last season and in 2014. Sto-Rox last made the playoffs in 2013 when they actually won the Big 7 Conference, finished 12-1 and lost to Cardinal Rural North Catholic in the WPIAL Championship. That was the third of 3 consecutive title game appearances for Sto-Rox. The Vikings lost in the WPIAL Championships to Clareton in both 2011 and 2012. Rochester had a winning season last year. They were 5-4 here as a member of Class A's Big 7 Conference. The Rams were 3-6 in 2014 and 2-7 in 2013. Rochester last made the playoffs in 2012 when they finished 9-2 and lost in the WPIAL quarterfinals. Sto-Rox won the last meeting between these schools back in 2013 by the score of 54-7. The Vikings have also won the past 3 meetings as well, winning 25-0 in 2012 and 48-27 in 2011. Rochester's last win over Sto-Rox came 6 years ago in the 2010 regular season.
And now you're going over all the stats, and a lot of that points towards Sto-Rox successes, especially when in terms of talking about this matchup head on. But really, anything could happen here tonight. Both of these teams can score. Both these teams can score often. It's going to be a matter of really who ends up putting more points on the board at the end of the day, which defense can step up and make a play first. Sto-Rox at home may have a bit of a home field advantage. Good crowd on hand here tonight. But Rochester, make no mistake about them. As you said, Matt, they're number 3 in the MSA sports rankings for a reason for Class 1A.
Game time temperatures, 79 degrees. We'll keep it right around 75 all the way through this evening here tonight. A warm Friday night here in McKees Rocks. But, Cory, a comfortable night, not as humid as it was last Friday night. And no showers in the forecast tonight, not from the sky or in the form of MSA Sports Brandon showers for that matter. Scott Majeski's crossing his fingers. Last week he slept at McKeesport. He was there so long. Sto-Rox will receive the opening kickoff. The Vikings move it left to right, decked out in the home green jerseys with the white trim. Rochester kicks it off right to left. The Rams decked out in the visiting white jerseys with the blue and gray trim. As we line this one up, and the ball is sent to the far side of the field, fielded at the 20-yard line by Sto-Rox Amir Austin. Austin to the left, comes back to the right. He's going to be stacked up after about a 3-yard return. Nice job by Rochester's Elijah Gooseby, who not only kicked off, Cory, he got downfield and made the tackle as well.
It looked like he was the first guy down there, too. Burst of speed after the ball left his foot, and decent field position to start for Sto-Rox, but not considering that kick landed at the 20 and they're starting at the 25.
Jason Rusito, the head coach for the Sto-Rox Vikings, your starters across the line. We will see senior Richard Johnson, also sophomore Andre Frensley, freshman Meyer Woodard, senior Ray Corcoran, and sophomore Demetrius Berry. We'll get you the skill position players after this set, but know that Brady Dowd is your starting quarterback out of the shotgun. 3 receivers set, 2 to the right, single back, and the handoff going to go up the middle. Actually, Dowd with the fake fools me, completes a pass across the 27-yard line, and pushed back to the 25 is Sto-Rox wide receiver Antoine Ebor. To get you the starters now at the skill positions for the Vikings at quarterback, senior Brady Doubt. In the backfield, you'll see junior Devontae Williams, as well as senior Deshaun Saunders. Wide receivers are Amir Austin, Seth Alexander, Lavon Hawkins, and Raymond G. Also see this evening Taiwan LaRue at tight end. And Antoine Ebor will play some time at wide receiver as well. Toss sweep to the left side. Here comes Devontae Williams. Williams gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's as far as he's going to go as Rochester's defense steps up there. Ian Kuba cuts him down after a gain of 1.
Yeah, we'll call Ian Kuba's name quite a bit on the offensive side of the football, but right there from the defensive end position, outside linebacker spot, whatever you want to call it, first man to the ball. And lays a nice hit and then a nice show of sportsmanship, too, helping the running back up immediately after he tackled him. 3rd and long early for Sto-Rox.
No gain on the run brings up 3rd down and 7 from the Vikings' 27-yard line. Brady out of the shotgun, 3 receivers set. Twins to the right, single wide left. Now a 3rd receiver joins them on the near side of the field as well. Doubt drops back, looks to the right, downfield, has a man, and it is caught in Rochester territory at the 45-yard line. Raymond G goes up and gets it. Stop made on the play by Caleb Collins, but G came back for that football and made a nice catch as well.
Just get air under the football. That's all Brady Doubt wanted, like the one-on-one matchup outside. A nice adjustment to the football from Raymond G. Coming back to the ball as it was behind him a bit, but that is a huge conversion on the first drive of the game for the Vikings.
Gain of 21 on the play, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line now with the Vikings. Brady Doubt out of the shotgun. He's going to throw, looks to the left, goes across the middle, has a man in traffic, catch made inside the 40, actually falls incomplete off the fingers of Lavon Hawkins. And Cory, that was a situation there where Doubt had a lot of faith in his receiver because he just threw it there where only he could get to it, even with 3 white jerseys in the area. Unfortunately, Hawkins was running before he could catch it, and it went off his fingertips because had he caught that one, he had some running room.
Yeah, but, I mean, great recognition from Brady Doubt. Tyler Borzen on the defensive line for the Rochester Rams was right in the face of Doubt. Doubt just had to get rid of that ball quickly. Borzen busted through the line there. He's a big boy, 5'11", 180, senior, but he plays big on that defensive line. Big nose guard, and he almost had a sack there had it not been for the recognition of Brady Doubt.
2nd and 10 for the Vikings, ball at the Sto-Rox 47. Doubt out of the shotgun, handoff up the middle, and nothing doing there for William Johnson as he was stacked up as soon as he got a hold of the football. Elijah Gooseby in there to make initial contact, had some help on the play as well from number 55, Brandon Pfeiffer.
Now you got another 3rd and long. They call it 3rd and 9 on the scoreboard. I don't know that he got a whole yard, but Brady Doubt's going to have to work his magic yet again in a 3rd and long situation. I expect them to spread it out.
And Sto-Rox will do just that. 4 receivers set, 3 to the right, single wide left. William Johnson, the only back in the backfield to the left of Brady Doubt out of the shotgun. Johnson stays in a block. Doubt steps up, going to go downfield, has a man in double coverage, and it's batted away and nearly intercepted as he was looking for Amir Austin downfield. But well defended on the play by Malik Strozier, the junior cornerback at 6'3". Cory able to get up, stretch, and knock that one away.
Yeah, coverage was there the whole way. Doubt was just looking for another one of those home run balls and look for single coverage on the outside. Nice safety help there, but Strozier, as you mentioned him, Matt, all over that play. Really no window to throw that football.
So after converting on 3rd and long to keep the drive alive, the Rochester defense holds after the big play, and Sto-Rox will have to kick this one away, faced with 4th down and 10 at their own 47.
Don't see this too often. The quarterback becomes the long snapper for
Lavon
Sto-Rox.
Hawkins going to handle the punting duties. Clean snap. Hawkins gets it down, and right foot's a kick to the far side of the field. Fair catch called for and made at the 25-yard line by Rochester. Caleb Collins with the fair catch. And the Rams will come to the offense on the first time at their own 27-yard line. Your starters for the Rochester Rams underneath of head coach Gene Matsuk. We'll see across the line senior Tyler Borzen, senior Andrew Massey, junior Chandler McGurk, sophomore Caden Merzing, and sophomore Tanner Shroom. Get the skill positions for you in just a minute as Rochester gets this one underway. Ian Kuba out of the shotgun, spreading it out, 4 receiver set. Kuba going to call his own number to the right side, finds a hole. Kuba breaks a tackle. Kuba all the way out to the 40-yard line. 1st down and then some. Tough run by Ian Kuba as he picks up 12, and a Rochester first down brought down to the play by Sto-Rox Amir Austin.
Big run, big hole for Kuba right off the right side. Catches it, doesn't think twice. Just a design quarterback draw. That's one thing Gene Mitsuk loves, his quarterback that can run and throw the football, dual threat. Actually, a big-time gain there. Got 15 yards to start the game for the Rams.
Kuba, the starting quarterback in the backfield. We'll see Chris Hayes and Caleb Collins. Wide receivers are Nick Grossi. As we get to the handoff here to Caleb Collins. Caleb Collins up the right side with running room. Inside the 30, the 25, the 20, and bumped out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Huge gain by Caleb Collins. Big play for the Rams. They're inside the red zone. Continuing with the starters before we get disrupted again. Wide receivers Malik Strozier, as well as Nick Grossi. Tight end is Declan Eaton. I feel like I'm missing one more guy. Second tight end is Elijah Gooseby. Your starters for the Rochester Rams here this evening, and a big play there all the way down to the Sto-Rox 11-yard line. Hurrying to the line of the Rams. Kuba out of the shotgun, inside handoff. Collins inside the 10, and he gets down to the 9-yard line before Brady Doubt can wrestle him down with some help on the play from Taiwan LaRue.
After that big run, wind let out of the sail a bit for Sto-Rox. That drive stalling. They had one third down conversion, couldn't get the next one. Then a short punt. Two big runs for Rochester. It would be huge for them to get a score first on the road.
1 yard gain on the run there by Caleb Collins. Now we'll set it up. 2nd and 9 at the Sto-Rox 10. Doubt out of the shotgun. 3 receivers this time, 2 left, single wide right. Collins the only back to the left of his quarterback as we see a man in motion, and some stoppage in play and a timeout taken by Rochester. 7:54 left here in the opening quarter. The Rams on the move, and we come back. 2nd and 9 at the Sto-Rox 10-yard line. You're listening to 2000 and watching 2016 WPIAL High School football here on the MSA Sports Network.
Right now, when you refer a friend to open a new personal or business checking account at First Commonwealth Bank, you can earn a generous cash reward. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Could be a relative. Could be a Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
Back here at Sto-Rox, out of the Rochester timeout. The Rams with a 2nd down and 9 at the Vikings 10-yard line. Matt Vandriak, Cory Campano with you here on the MSA Sports Network. And tonight's game is brought to you by ProGrass. ProGrass, first in turf. Big play by the Rams, set this one up. Now trying to punch it in.
That was just a huge spurt there. Caleb Collins really got this going. A 47-yard run sets them up where they're at. Rochester has to convert here, Matt.
2nd and 9 for the Rams out of the timeout. Ian Kuba out of the shotgun. Puts his tight end in motion from right to left. Kuba going to call his own number going that way. Gets a block. Kuba at the 5. Turns the corner. Dives for the pylon. And Kuba's into the end zone. Touchdown. Sto-Rox. Rochester at the touchdown. Ian Kuba. Not a Viking, but a Ram. And he rams it into the end zone from 10 yards out, diving into the near pylon. So the Rams take the opening possession downfield and strike for points. 6-0 Rochester with 7:46 left here in the opening quarter.
Kuba again calling his own number. Maybe he had one chip block on the outside left there, then the rest was all him. And how about the athletic dive for the pylon? Doesn't look like just a quarterback to me, Matt. That was an athletic play. And Rochester on the board first.
On for the PAT for the Rams is Elijah Gooseby. Out of the hold, good snap. Gooseby's kick is up, but whistles flow and flags fly before the kick is complete. See what the call is here.
And it looked like it was offsides from up here on Sto-Rox, and that the kick would be good, but nope, false start.
So neutral zone infraction against the Rams. We'll make the re-kick happen here. Gooseby split the uprights on the first effort. They'll try to knock this one through, too. The holder here is sophomore quarterback Tyreek Sherrod. A couple of big plays for the Rams set it up. And then on a 10-yard touchdown run, Ian Kuba, who leads the squad in rushing. Snap down, kick is up, and again we have a flag before the PAT. Kick is ruled good. If it stands, I think maybe this time Sto-Rox might have jumped.
Don't often see that. 2 flags before 1 extra point is finalized.
See what the call is here. Rochester signaling that the kick is good.
Should be against Sto-Rox.
Offsides
Good.
against the Vikings,
Yeah.
so the kick should count. But the Rams are lining up to do it again.
Yeah, they must have blown it dead. Unfortunate for Rochester. They've had both kicks have gone through.
Take 3.
Yeah.
Another PAT try here for the Rams. Elijah Gooseby trying to go 3 for 3 on the same PAT.
Only worth 1 point, though.
And we'll get this one set here, hopefully. I may or may not have grown a beard since that touchdown was scored.
Taking quite some time to set this up. Finally, ball set now.
Sherrod the holder. Good snap, good hold. Gooseby's kick is up, and his kick is just through the uprights and good. It took 3 tries, but Rochester gets the extra point, and with 7:46 left here in the opening quarter, the Rams take their first offensive possession to the house. It's Rochester 7, Sto-Rox nothing. We'll take a break and be right back. You're listening to and watching WPIAL High School Football 2016 on the MSA Sports Network.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
Back here at Sto-Rox. And the visiting Rochester Rams on the board first. 7:46 left here in the opening quarter. Rochester leading 7-0 as Ian Kuba's 10-yard touchdown run gives Rochester the lead. Kickoff fielded at about the 18-yard line, trying to find some room, getting out to about the 30 for Sto-Rox there is Raymond G. And G stopped on the play by Rochester's Jacob Siebert, downfield on special teams. Big play sets it up, and then Kuba finished it off.
Teammates helping out each other. That's what you like to see on the Rochester side of the football. Collins with that big run down the right sideline. Then Kuba used the left sideline to get into the end zone. Really couldn't have scripted this one better for the start of a game on the road and a big matchup, big conference matchup for Rochester. They've got to build off that momentum for sure.
Sto-Rox, who got a first down on their previous drive, trying to get it going here on offense. Brady Doubt out of the shotgun, stacks 3 receivers here to the near side of the field. Doubt trying to set up that swing pass, sets the screen up back to the other side. Antoine Ebor makes the catch. Ebor gets across the 35 out to about the 36-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play. Good job there by Ebor to get it moving. Tackle made by Declan Eaton.
I like that play design there. Nice easy throw to start the drive for Brady Doubt. You had defense moving one way and throw it back to the other. Ebor did a nice job. Just hold on to the football, get as many yards as you can. Nice first gainer there. Sto-Rox can build off that for the rest of the drive.
Credit the Vikings with 8 on that swing pass. And they come to the line, 2nd and 2 from their own 36-yard line. Brady Doubt out of the shotgun, twin receivers to each side, single back to his left. Doubt fakes the handoff, throws here to the near side, finds Raymond G, who makes the catch at the 38. G lowers his shoulder to 40 and gets driven back, but will have enough for the first down as he picks up 4 yards. Good job there defensively by Rochester. Elijah Gooseby getting it on the stop, as well as Chad Menney.
Brady Doubt 4 of 6 to start this ball game and completed 2 to Ebor and 2 to G. They'd like to get him in as good of a rhythm as possible. He's a big man out there, 6'3". Wears number 2 in black. He has a nice arm, a nice throws a really good deep ball. They'd like to get him in space and let those athletic receivers run.
Fresh set of downs at the 41-yard line of the Vikings. Doubt going to swing this pass here to the far side of the field. Austin makes the catch, sheds a tackler. Austin lowers his shoulder, gets out to midfield, and he'll be close to a Sto-Rox first down, wrestled down by Malik Strozier, and that's going to be a 9-yard gain, just short, as we see Amir Austin make his first grab of the night.
Yeah, and that won't be the last. Amir Austin, is a quick option for Sto-Rox. When he's in space, that's danger for the defense. And really, he had one man to beat there. Nice tackle on the outside. I believe that was number 3, Malik Strozier, that made a nice tackle on the outside. Otherwise, Austin would have had room down that sideline.
2nd down and 1 for the Vikings. Ball right at midfield. It's going to be short one. As a matter of fact, the officials are looking on the sideline like they might want to get a measurement out here.
Looks like the stick's right at the 50, so not sure what a measurement would do.
About a half-yard short, I would say.
They're analyzing it, though. They're thinking about bringing the sticks out. I don't think there's any reason to. Second and
about
inches.
a half-yard short, I would say. And the Vikings come to the line. Doubt, hands off up the middle and spinning across the 50 for the first down is William Johnson. So the Vikings convert to the Rochester 48. 1st and 10, Sto-Rox in Arachi territory for the first time of the night.
Simple play design there. Nice little handoff up the middle. William Johnson, the bigger back of the two for Sto-Rox. All he had to do was get it and fall forward, and it was enough for the first down.
1st and 10 for Sto-Rox. Doubt under center for the first time tonight. Actually, it's a different look. Out of the Wildcat, the snap goes to Levon Hawkins. Hawkins to the left side, and Rochester sniffs it out. Nice defense by the Rams. Ian Kuba did not bite on that Wildcat call, and he brings Hawkins down for about a yard loss.
Yeah, not much deception there, Matt. You bring in Hawkins off the bench, you kind of know when he comes off the bench in that formation that they want the ball in his hands. That's a great job by Ian Kuba to stay home. Ends up losing one. Now Brady Dowd will jog back onto the field. I expect them to go back to the air here.
Loss of 1 on the Wildcat call. 2nd and 11 coming up here for the Vikings. Ball at the 50-yard line. 5:14 in a rolling first quarter clock. Rochester on top by the score of 7-0 by virtue of a 10-yard touchdown run by Ian Kuba. 2 backs in the backfield. Doubt going to give it on the end around here to Amir Austin. Austin trying to stretch the field to get some room. Austin turns the corner and gets out to the 45-yard line, or he's bumped out of bounds by Rochester's Nick Grossi. Grossi takes out an assistant coach as well. Good job there by Amir Austin to stretch the field. Corey, he was going to be stopped for a loss.
Absolutely.
He was able to turn it up for some positive yards.
He got 9 out of that. Andrew Massey was in the backfield about 4 yards deep in that speed of Amir Austin to get to the right sideline. Did a nice job to keep the feet in bounds. I mean, really, that play, you could have ended up 3rd and 16, 15, 16 there, and he ended up turning that into a 9-yard gain. Now just a 3rd and 2 for Sto-Rox.
Ball at the Rochester 41-yard line. Doubt out of the gun. Direct snap going to go to the running back this time. Pushing forward is Devontae Williams. He's going to be just short of that first down, running into the heart of the Rochester defense. Darius Gooseby, as well as Declan Eaton there to quickly make that tackle. 4th and 1 coming up for Sto-Rox. Ball at the Rochester 40-yard line. And no doubt Jason Rosito is going to go for it here. Doubt comes up out of the shotgun. Tight set with 2 backs to his left. Direct snap to the running back. To the right side with Doubt blocking. Diving inside the 40 for the first down is Devontae Williams. Tackle made by Rochester's Andrew Massey, but a nice job there by Williams to convert, but also by the quarterback, Brady Doubt, to get out there and clear a path for him.
Well, I mean, the reason he's at quarterback is because of how athletic he is and the arm that he has, but Brady Dowd's one of the biggest men on the field, on this football field right now, and to use him as a blocker and get those athletic running backs out in space, it's a vital asset to have. He did a nice job there to convert.
Fresh set of downs at the Rochester 36. Doubt going to throw downfield in double coverage, and it's picked off at the 11-yard line by the Rams. Caleb Collins with the INT, and Rochester will take over at their own 11 Doubt that time, looking to go right down the middle, trying to find Seth Alexander, and he made a glaring mistake there, Cory. Looked at his receiver the whole way. Collins steps in front of the pass and picks it off. The first INT Doubt's thrown this season, but Rochester's defense coming up with a big stop.
Yeah, Collins read that the whole way from the safety position, and you said it, Matt. He really never looked off any other receiver. Just one streaking down the middle, Seth Alexander. Doubt's eyes were on him the entire time. Easy play for a safety. And Caleb Collins made sure that ball got back on the Rochester Rams side.
Handoff here to the near side. Collins will get the call and cross out to about the 13-yard line. Gain of 2, maybe 3 on the play. Levon Hawkins in there for Sto-Rox to make the stop. 3:25 in the rolling first quarter clock here at Sto-Rox. The Rams lead the Vikings 7-0. 7:46 mark of the first quarter. Ian Kuba's 10-yard touchdown run set up on a 47-yard run by Caleb Collins. Kuba going to hand off to the right side, and this time Sto-Rox will have none of it. Andre Frensley, not very friendly, as he gets a hold of the running back Collins and throws him to the grass hard.
Yeah, Collins, that's really the first time all night that Rochester hasn't had room to run. Nice job by the Viking defense to stack him up for a 1-yard gain. Now a tough call here. Do you abandon the run? It's been so successful before that play. Or do you throw inside your own 20? Rochester's yet to have to go to the air, but they might have to here.
We mentioned Ian Kuba's had no problem as far as success through the air goes so far this season. They will spread it out. 4 receivers, 3 to the right. Kuba going to roll that way. Kuba rolling, steps up, fires, has a man. Catch made at the 25-yard line. Big hit by Raymond G, but hanging on to it there for the Rams. It's Deshaun Sherrod, who took a big hit on the far sideline.
Sherrod, that's a huge catch there. I mean, that could be a drive stopper. Big hit by G on the right side. Sherrod did a nice job, too, not only to hang on to the football, but have that presence near the sideline, get the foot down, have your hands under the football, control possession, and a nice strong throw from Kuba on the run on his first time he's tested.
Raymond G and Deshaun Sherrod, the same size, 5'9" and 5'10" respectively, with both 155 pounds. And G unleashed a fury with that big hit, but Sherrod a nice job to hang on to it. QB keeper on first down. Kuba into the center of the Sto-Rox defense. And maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Taiwan LaRue and Andre Frensley quickly converge to make the tackle.
Yeah, they're going to say he fell forward for 1, but a nice job again defensively up the middle for Sto-Rox. They need to clog that middle as much as they can, because with the running style of Kuba and Collins, that's going to be the area of havoc on the defensive side for the Vikings. Nice job there.
1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 for the Rams at their own 25-yard line. 4 receiver set this time, 3 right, single wide left. Kuba out of the shotgun, Collins in the backfield, he'll stay there. Kuba going to launch this one downfield, has a man, and it's through the hands of the intended receiver. Deshaun Sherrod had a step on the defender there, but Cory, that throw just a little bit hot. Had he hit Sherrod in stride, he may have been walking to the end zone.
Yeah, a little more air under that football and lead him a little bit further. That's a touchdown for Rochester. Ian Kuba would like to have that throw back. Really, you said one step. He might have had 2 full steps on the defender there, did Sherrod, and Kuba's got to shake that one off and convert this 3rd down now.
3rd and 9 for the Rams. Sto-Rox defense trying to get a stop after the interception by Rochester's Caleb Collins ended a Vikings drive that had reached Rams territory. Out of the shotgun, Kuba puts a man in motion from right to left to put 3 here on the near side. Kuba going to come this way. Backside pressure coming. Kuba steps up, throws deep, has his man downfield. Sherrod makes this catch inside the 35, breaks the tackle to 30, spins inside the 20, down to the 15. Deshaun Sherrod. Big play for the Rams. 1st down and 10 in the red zone again is Rochester.
59-yard pass play and a huge one there. Kuba, the arm strength, he rolled left, did an excellent job to not loft that one up, set his feet, threw it on the run, and Sherrod, again, the man with the big hands and a big-time play. Kuba really made up for that throw on 2nd down, Matt.
It almost looked like the same pattern, Cory, that Sherrod had run previously when Kuba overthrew him. That time, Sherrod in stride, little spin, all the way down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Kuba calls his own number to the left side. Collins gets a block for him. Kuba's at the 10. Stiff arm inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. Stop made by Levon Hawkins. who got a face full of the quarterback Ian Kuba's hand, but a good tackle by Hawkins to hang on as he was getting stiff-armed to the ground.
And Rochester's game plan is terrific so far. They know exactly what they want to do. It's a great mix, runs outside, inside, deep pass, not afraid, to use every single asset that they have on offense. And a nice little 6-yard run there to start this red zone opportunity. Rochester could go up 2 scores on the road early.
Second down and second and 6, but it should be second down and 3 at the 6-yard line. Kuba up the middle, spins to the 5, and he's going to be close to a Rochester first down. Spun down to the play by the Rams defense as Andrew Massey gets in there to make the stop.
That should be enough for the first down. The stick's right on the 5.
I think.
Yep.
And they give him a first down, so first and goal for the Rams. Ball at the Sto-Rox 5-yard line, and we have a timeout on the field.
That's the end of the
quarter. That's the end of the quarter. 12 minutes of football in the books here at Sto-Rox. Your score after one, it's Rochester 7, Sto-Rox nothing, but the Vikings have the Rams on their doorstep looking for more whenever we come back. You're listening to and watching 2016 WPIAL High School football, brought to you by Progress here on the MSA Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou. Carlo University, a proud sponsor of the MSA Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Back here at Sto-Rox. Team switch sides. Rochester first and goal at the Vikings 5-yard line. Left to right here in quarter number 2. Already on top 7-0. Toss sweep to the left side. Caleb Collins stretches the field to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Rochester. Collins pounds it in from 5 yards out. And the Rams double their lead to 13-0. Turnover. Big play. Run it in. And the Rams have a 13-0 lead 5 seconds into this second quarter. And, of course, tonight's game brought to you by Progress. Progress First and Turf.
Almost looked easy. Collins walks in, and a big touchdown to start the second quarter. Sto-Rox really can't panic here. They've done a nice job all season of putting points on the scoreboard. Just got to get that offense to move now. A little bit of pressure time, but no need to panic. They get a score there right back into this one.
Extra point snap is high, and that kick is no good. Then the kicker gets run into, but a flag flew before the play. So Caleb Collins, a 5-yard touchdown run, but that was set up, Cory, on the 59-yard pass.
Yeah, they called it
Kuba.
60 yards, and really the roll left from Kuba, and just you can't say it enough. An excellent job to plant his feet. Back foot was planted. That arm strength threw that ball about 35 yards in the air to Sherrod. Set up the score. 2 big plays, really, Matt, on their first 2 drives for Rochester, the ones that set up the short touchdowns. Now we'll see. They might go for 2 here after the penalty on Sto-Rox.
See what the Rams do decide. 79-yard drive there for Rochester off the interception. And Kuba's going to head in, so it looks like Rochester will go for the deuce.
Yeah, why not? Ball's placed at the 1 now. Just a chance to add a couple more points. I like the call here.
Kuba lines up under center. Tight set here for Rochester. Kuba puts a man in motion. Tight end from right to left. Kuba hands off and diving forward into the end zone. Getting the 2-point conversion for the Rams is Chris Hayes. So Hayes made it a little bit of an adventure there by stretching it out to the left side. But he gets it across the goal line and in, and Rochester has a 15-0 lead 5 seconds into this second quarter.
Yeah, what's going on here with the extra point flags? That's 4 flags and 2 extra point attempts. Sto-Rox jumping off sides on that one. Rochester decides to take advantage and run one in for 2 points. Don't see that very often, but again, I love the call by head coach Gene Mitsuk. Get that extra point. Never know when it might come into play.
Coming up at the half, it's the MSA Sports Halftime Show. This week, Don Rebel and Mike White of the Post-Gazette will take a look at the list of winningest coaches in WPIAL football history. And I believe the name Matsook is going to be on that list.
Yeah, have a good feeling.
For updated football scores on Friday nights, check out MSA Sports on your mobile device at m.scores.msasports.net. As after the Rochester touchdown and conversion, Cory busy updating it so that those of you who are not here tonight, well, wouldn't hear me saying this, but you know what the score of the game is at least. Squib kick, fielded about the 27-yard line by Sto-Rox Eric Hogan, and Hogan gets across the 35 out to about the 36 on the return. Rochester's Jacob Siebert downfield for another special teams tackle, and the Vikings want a bad field position to start. They'll have it 1st and 10 out to their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, good field position here. This is where they've got to capitalize. Just 60 yards, short field here. Got to capitalize, get on the board, especially down 15 at home. We've said it numerous times already, Matt, but this is a huge game for both these teams conference-wise. Really a confidence-building game for each team. They've had some bad years here recently, especially Sto-Rox. They'd like to get a victory here at home.
Flag flying before the play here. The officials sort that out, but Cory, it's something that you touched on there. I had a chance to talk to both Gene Matsook and Jason Rasuto before the game, and they both said the same thing, that it's nice to be in a big game like this again. Nice to have the community and the support of the area back behind your team after a couple of down years. And also, you know, it's nice for these coaches because both these teams are still fairly young, but part of the reason maybe for the lopsided record is these were teams that are playing underclassmen a lot the last couple of years. So these guys have a lot of experience coming in, which is part of the reason why both of these teams have had the success they've had so far here through the first 3 weeks of 2016.
And you can get a feeling when you walk into the stadium. You know, you can get the feeling of the community behind this team. They'd like to see a winner again, no doubt.
Misdirection handoff goes to Devontae Williams, and he wishes it went the other way. So he got back to the line of scrimmage, and he got buried by Chris Hayes.
Yeah, an unfortunate penalty to start the drive, 12 men in the huddle. Now you lose 2 on this run, really just backwards and keep on going backwards for Sto-Rox. They've got to turn that around. They turned that short field of 60 yards into 67 now and they've only run one play.
2nd and 17 now for the Vikings, back at their own 33. Doubt out of the shotgun. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Doubt fires underneath and trying to come back with a one-handed catch was Levon Hawkins. But the pass incomplete. Double coverage there by Rochester as both Kuba and Malik Strozier are in the area for the Rams.
Malik Strozer's been around the football 4 or 5 times already. We've called his name. Really good pursuit on the defensive side. That's worth more than you think to a coach, and Gene Matsook knows that better than anybody.
3rd down and a long way to go here for the Vikings. 3rd and 17 to be exact from the Sto-Rox 33-yard line. Brady Doubt and the Sto-Rox offense having some doubt so far against this Rochester defense. Doubt stacks 4 receivers to the right to empty the backfield. Single wide here to the near side. Brady Doubt steps, has time, fires across the middle. Catch made at the Rochester 45-yard line, and driving towards the first down marker is going to be Seth Alexander.
3rd and 17 there, and Brady Doubt was able to stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver a strike. Did they give him enough for the first down there?
Going to stop him just short. Actually, they did give him enough for the first down.
It looked like he was a good half-yard short there on the completion. Seth Alexander did a nice job to catch the ball and go forward, but 3 or 4 Rochester defenders had him wrapped. Surprised they gave him enough there, Matt.
A little forward progress and then some, you might say. Ball out to midfield. Fresh set of downs for the Vikings. 1st and 10 at the 50. 10:49 rolling second quarter clock. 15-0 Rochester in the lead. Doubt out of the shotgun. Fakes the hand of the 2 men. Going to call his own number. Brady Doubt lowers his shoulders. He crosses the 45-yard line. And he's going to pick up 8 yards on the play. Upended by Rochester's Malik Strozier after a solid 8-yard run.
Yeah, they're starting to move now. That big conversion on a 3rd and 17. Rochester would like to have that play back defensively, but I love the call there from Brady Doubt. You got a QB read option. Keep it yourself. He went right up the middle. He's such a tough man to bring down. Anytime he has the football is danger for defense.
2nd and 2. Ball is spotted at the 42-yard line of Rochester. Put a flag on the play before we get it started. Progress is back this year, sponsoring the 2016 fall edition of the Progress Athletes of the Month in football as well as boys and girls soccer. September's ballots will be available on the MSA Sports site on Monday, September the 26th for your Progress Athletes of the Month.
That's going to be a false start there on Sto-Rox, so it goes from 2nd and 2 to 2nd and 7, losing about all that yardage that Brady Dowd had gained.
2nd and 7 for the Vikings after the penalty. Backs them up to the Rochester 47. Just under 10 minutes left here in the second quarter. 15-0 Rams in the lead. Sto-Rox trying to get an offensive drive and sustain it. Dowd, little swing pass here to the near side. Hawkins makes the catch at the 48, sheds a tackle at the 45, and gets down to about the 41-yard line, where he's stacked up by some Rochester defenders. Declan Eaton as well as Malik Strozier and Ian Kuba all converge on the tackle. Picks up about 6 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Terrific hustle from Declan Eaton. From that middle linebacker position, runs 15 yards laterally to make that tackle. And a tough man in space is Hawkins. And a nice job there to keep him 3rd and short. And this is where you got to stand up defensively. We'll see what Sto-Rox draws up.
3rd and 1 for the Vikings. Ball at the Rochester 41-yard line. 4 receivers close to the line. Left to right moves Austin. Dowd pump fakes to him, going to fire downfield, and a catch made at the 25-yard line. Shedding a tackler down to the 22-yard line, and a fresh set of down for the Vikings as Raymond G. He was OG with that one. Going up in traffic, takes a hit, makes the catch, and moves the stick. Sto-Rox with their deepest penetration of the night. 1st and 10 at the Rochester 22.
Yeah, from the 41 to the 22, 19-yard gain. Beautiful lofting pass from Dowd, and really had 2 receivers there. Couldn't tell which one was running from the side. There might have been Hawkins, but nice focus from Raymond G. Hanging on to the football. Big gain for the Vikings, and this is a territory where they are dangerous.
Sto-Rox trying to get an answer after Rochester extended their lead to 15-0. Dowd out of the shotgun. Hands off up the middle. Shedding a tackler here is Johnson. Johnson inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. Or Tyler Borzen wrestles him down after a gain of 2, maybe 3 on the play.
Nice job. Johnson stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Did a nice job to push forward, but is that him down? Man, down on the field for Sto-Rox. That would be bad news if that's Johnson.
I think it's Antoine Ebor is down on the play. So Vikings shaken up. And we get a stop and play with 8:18 left here in the opening half. 15-0 Rochester in the lead. We'll take a break and be right back. You're listening to and watching WPIAL High School Football 2016, brought to you by Progress here on the MSA Sports Network.
Monticello's Italian Restaurant has been serving the Pittsburgh community for over 34 years. With over 5 northern locations, there is one near you. Monticello's has been named the best pizza, best hoagies, and best Italian restaurant by the Tribune Review for 3 years in a row. Stop in at Monticello's restaurant before or after your high school football game and mention that you heard us on the MSA Sports Network and receive a large traditional cheese pizza and 4 soft drinks for $12.99. For the complete menu and additional information, go to Monticello's.com. Monticello's, a Pittsburgh favorite.
Back here at Sto-Rox. 8:18 left in the opening half. The Vikings trailing the Rochester Rams by the score of 15-0. Matt Vandriak, Cory Campano with you here as Progress brings you this 2016 video stream game of the week. Shaken up for Sto-Rox was Devontae Williams, not what Jason Rosito and company want to see because they're already without Vinny Eggleton, who's injured last week and not playing tonight.
Yeah, and that was Johnson, actually. William Johnson, number 6, down on the field. So they still have Williams in there, but regardless, one of your 2 running backs going down after one is already out of the game. Not good.
Dowd going to hand this one off to Amir Austin on the end around. Austin with a good burst. Austin in the end zone, dives, he crosses the pylon, and he's going to be in for the score, but a flag behind the play may negate a great effort there by Amir Austin.
That'll be an 18-yard touchdown run, but almost certainly a hold on the side for Sto-Rox. Unfortunate. Now Austin limping to the sideline.
So back-to-back injuries here for the Vikings. And another costly penalty against Sto-Rox going to cost him what was... The official never put his hands up for the score. It looked like Austin got in, Not sure if he just didn't score the touchdown because he knew that it was coming back or if Austin was stopped short. Either way, it would have been a touchdown or first and goal at the 1. Is going to become a 2nd down and 10 now, back to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, so it turns into a 2 or 3 yard penalty instead of, like you said, man, I mean, if they're not in the end zone, they're at the half-yard line. Shooting themselves in the foot here a couple times are the Vikings.
Doubt out of the shotgun. Pump fakes, fires into the end zone. Intercepted by the Rams. Malik Strozier.
It's Collins. I think it's Collins again.
It is
22.
Collins. Caleb Collins, his 2nd pick of the night. Ends the Sto-Rox drive after the Vikings got inside the 20. Had what could have been a touchdown called back on the very next play. The Rams get their 2nd INT of the night, the 2nd by double 2, Caleb Collins.
And again, it's the same type of pass. Looking the whole way, Brady Doubt drops just a 2-3 step drop, trying to get a quick hit over the middle with those speedy receivers, and Caleb Collins just read the eyes. Read the eyes of Brady Doubt and stepped right in front of it, did an excellent job to hang on to the football. And boy, how about that holding call, Matt? And holding call pushes them back, forces them to try and throw it towards the end zone, and just like that, Rochester stops the threat.
Yeah, Cory, like I said, even if it wasn't a touchdown, you have it 1st and goal at the 1 yard line. Now it's the Rams 1st and 10 at the 20. Kuba going to go for it all on the first play, and the ball's tipped and nearly intercepted off the fingertips of Devontae Williams. And then Raymond G almost caught it off the deflection.
Boy, there was 30 yards of grass in front of whoever would have caught that football on the Sto-Rox side. I think more of a case of looking to run before you had the football, and an unfortunate situation for the Vikings, but a good break for the Rams.
Brady Doubt has thrown his first 2 interceptions in 2016, and now Rochester has it. 2nd and 10 at their own 20. Toss sweep to Collins here to the near side. Collins across the 25. Blocker in front of him. Crosses the 30. Spins across the 35 and finally knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line by the Vikings' Tywan LaRue. But another nice piece of running there by Caleb Collins, who's been getting it done on both sides of the ball tonight for the Rams.
And again, Andrew Massey out in front. Great block on the right side. Number 58's been terrific in white tonight. Don't feel like those guys get enough attention the way that they play the game. But boy, Collins just a junior too, Matt. He's back for another season. He looks terrific on both sides of the football here tonight. Rochester, all the momentum.
Fresh set of downs at the Rams' 40-yard line. 7:25 on a rolling second quarter clock. 15-0 Rochester. Collins up the gut, stretches forward, and he gets 2, maybe 3 on the play before William Johnson brings him down.
Some significant time running off the clock here too, if you're thinking about it, on the Sto-Rox sideline. Already down near 7 minutes left in the first half. Rochester really controlling the pace of this football game.
15-0 Rams lead, trying to add to it. Gain of 4 on that first down run by Collins. 2nd and 6 for the Rams at their own 44. Kuba out of the shotgun. Low snap, ball on the ground, and Kuba lucky to recover and actually breaks a tackle. Kuba still on his feet, but he's running the wrong way. He's going to end up losing about 3 yards on the play.
I think he lost more than that, maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, you're right.
Lost 3 originally, but the forward progress was not stopped, and it really shouldn't have been. Kuba kept trying to run. Looked like he was going to make a play there for a second.
Might have been wise just to dive on that one. Either way, it's a break for the Vikings. They lose 6. It'll bring up 3rd down and 12 for Rochester at their own 38-yard line.
But it really looked like Kuba was going to make something there out of that bad snap. Low snap, botched it, and picked it up, shed a tackler, but ultimately turned out for the worse.
Kuba out of the shotgun, 4 receivers set on an empty backfield. Kuba going to call his own number up the middle, blocker in front of him. Kuba crosses midfield, has the first down. Inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, touchdown, saving tackle by William Johnson. But a big piece of running there by Ian Kuba. Everybody thought the pass was on, and Kuba took it right up the gut to move the sticks.
Big run there. I just don't know how you let that happen. 3rd and 12, you got them stacked up. It looked like a design QB draw with a lot of room in front of him and a big gain for the Rochester quarterback. Gain of 24.
Kuba comes up with a big play. Collins coming off here for the Rams, having an equipment issue. Ball now at the Sto-Rox 38-yard line. 5:39 as the second quarter clock continues to roll. Rochester up 15-0, and the Rams on the move. Kuba out of the shotgun. Man in motion. And getting the handoff here is going to be Deshaun Sherrod. Sherrod from the receiver spot comes to the right side, inside the 30, spins off a tackle as he dives to the 25-yard line. Cut down by Sto-Rox Jeff Schmidt as a flag flies on the play.
I think it's going to be a hold on the outside or maybe a block in the back. Looked like Noah Whiteleather, number 24, the wide receiver, was the culprit there.
Holding is the call. Or block in the back, whichever way you want to go with it. Not sure of the bloodlines, but Rochester in 2004, as I'm dating myself now, my first season with the MSA Sports Network, had a running back by the name of Brett Whiteleather, who helped lead the Rams to the 2004 championship. His counterpart in the backfield, guy Penn State fans might remember by the name of Derek Moy, who had a cameo at the Pittsburgh Steelers as well. Up the middle, it's going to be Collins who's back in. He pushes across the 40, down to about the 38-yard line, gets about 3 on the play. William Johnson, as well as Andre Frensley, making the stop for the Vikings.
Really, I don't know if Rochester's able to get a first down here, man. I don't know that penalty hurts them that much. Clock's running. You know you can trust the run game. That penalty hurts them in the fact that you move back a little bit and you don't convert, but if they do, it really hurts Sto-Rox more than anything because they won't have time to get the football before this half ends.
2nd and 9 for the Rams at the Vikings 38-yard line. Kuba fakes the handoff. He wants to throw. Pump fakes. Kuba going to pull it down, trying to find room to the far side. Backside pressure coming. Kuba able to outrush it, lowers his shoulder, gets across the 35 down to about the 33-yard line. And William Johnson got to be asking himself, what do I got to do to bring this guy down in the backfield? Kuba finds a way to get away from him before finally Brady Doubt runs him out of bounds. Going to be 3rd down and about 5 coming up, and we have an injured Viking on the far sideline.
I mean, this Ian Kuba can play. That's a terrific run right there. He's so calm in the pocket, whether it's moving or whether it's finding a receiver downfield and staying and trusting yourself in that pocket. He saw that nobody was open right there. No pressure, no forcing of a throw. Just tuck the ball and run. As athletic as he is, he's able to make those plays. And you said it, I mean, Johnson was chasing him for about 4 or 5 yards there before anything happened.
Coming up at the half, it's the MSA Sports Halftime Show. This week, Don Rebel and Mike White of the Post-Gazette will take a look at the list of winningest coaches in WPIAL football history. The team at MSA Sports would also like to thank BSN Sports for providing our team with the new black and white polos for the school year. BSN Sports has joined the MSA Sports Network sponsorship family and will be featuring a weekly Coaches Game of the Week every Friday night here on the MSA Sports Network. Corey, I did decide to break out the black and white
See that?
BSN Sports swag. Take a look at it. Drink it in, man.
We both had them on week 1. That was
Then I had to wash it afterwards.
Yeah.
Get a little excited in week 1. I got a little bit of the...
We were the BSN Game of the Week.
We were, the inaugural one. Here we are in week 3. 4:15 left here in the opening half, 15-0. Rochester in the lead. First quarter, 10-yard TD run by Ian Kuba. Second quarter, 5-yard touchdown run by Caleb Collins, both set up by big plays. Collins' 47-yard run setting up Kuba's touchdown, and then Kuba's 59-yard pass to Deshaun Sherrod setting up the Collins score. And now Kuba going to get the first down the easy way. Hard count and get Sto-Rox the jump. 3rd and 4. They get 5. Fresh set of downs at the Sto-Rox 29-yard line.
Seen that a couple times here on the side of the Sto-Rox side of the football, Costly penalties.
First and 10 for the Rams. Second quarter clock rolling down to an even 4 minutes. 15-0 Rochester on top, trying to add to that lead before the break. They have a fresh set of downs at the Sto-Rox 26. Kuba under center, triple back set this time. Kuba directly up the middle as Hayes bullies his way forward. Gets maybe a yard. Well defended by Sto-Rox, Brady Doubt. Antoine Ebor in on the tackle as well.
So first official carry for Hayes. He was the one that converted on the 2-point conversion earlier to make it 15-0, but his first official carry goes for 1. But Rochester is in no rush here. 15-point lead, time ticking down. They are fine with any points on this drive.
2nd and 9 at the Sto-Rox 25. Pump fake. Kuba throws, and it's broken up neatly. Nice job by Brady Doubt to get in front of that one. Looking on the near side of the field here for his tight end, Darius Gooseby. And Brady Doubt interrupts the play. Had Doubt caught that one, Corey, he had a lot of room up the near sideline, but had Gooseby got that one, he'd had a lot of room at the sideline going the other way.
Yeah, it's an interesting play there because I think if Kuba puts a little loft on that football, there was really nobody defensively for Sto-Rox behind Gooseby, but he tried to rifle one in there. Nice play from Brady Doubt, getting his left hand on the football to bat it away.
3rd and 9 coming up now for the Rams at the Sto-Rox 25. Doubt out of the gun for receiver set, 3 to the left. Pressure coming. Doubt trying to throw underneath. Collins cannot make the catch in the backfield as Brady Doubt was all over that one. Kuba trying to find his running back underneath, and Sto-Rox defense a nice job of reading it and preventing that play from ever developing.
Yeah, kind of crazy. If you look at Kuba's passing numbers, just 2 of 6. He hit that long one, but the ability to run for Rochester has been there all game. Now, an interesting situation where you've got 4th and 9, pretty much out of field goal range, going for it here, just a matter of what you're going to do. You trust that quarterback run, you go back to the pass.
Kuba's come up with a couple of big plays through the air. Let's see what the Rams do here. 4th and 9 at the Sto-Rox 25. They just try to pooch punt it. We'll see. Kuba has too many pieces moving there before the snap. That's going to make that 4th and 9, 4th and 14, and that may force the punt onto the Rams now.
Yeah, Kuba didn't like that one bit. Whatever was the mix-up there, it looked like the entire offensive line jumped, aside from the center snapping the football, so you may be right, Matt. It might force a pooch punt here. It's a big penalty. Big opportunity for the Vikings.
That's the decision that Gene Matzuk has to make, is do the Rams want to take a shot at this first down or try to get a little coffin corner action on a kick and pin the Vikings deep with under 3 minutes left here in the opening half and a 15-0 Rochester lead. Kuba out of the shotgun. They're going to go for it. Kuba feels backside pressure. Kuba pulls it down and runs. Breaks a tackle to 30. Kuba across the 20. Blocker in front of him inside the 15, inside the 10. Takes it outside. Kuba to the end zone. Touchdown, Rochester, but a flag on a play.
What's going to be the call here? Now, if that was downfield, Matt, so if that's on the defense, that's a 4th and 14, 31-yard touchdown run. Nearly inexcusable if you're on the defensive side of the football. We'll see what the call is.
Holding against the defense. Touchdown, Rochester.
Wow. That just absolutely lets the wind out of your sail.
I think it's pretty safe to say touchdown. That Ian Kuba on that play and through the most of this game has been half man and half amazing in this opening half. 21-0 Rams.
Just inexcusable. I mean, there's really no other way to describe it. 4th and 14, broken pass play, and Kuba's able to dodge 3 or 4 tacklers and run right down the middle of the field, cut left, really untouched once he got past the 20-yard line. A 31-yard scamper by the quarterback for a touchdown on 4th and 14. Rochester looks terrific here tonight.
Extra point tried this time, and Gooseby's kick is up and no good. 2:45 left here in the opening half. It's been all Rochester so far. The Rams lead Sto-Rox by the score of 21-0. We'll take a break and be right back. You're listening to and watching 2016 WPIAL High School football here on the MSA Sports Network.
Log on every Wednesday night at 7 for the latest high school football news during this week in the WPIAL here on the MSA Sports Network. Join Don Rebel and other members of the MSA sports team as they visit with WPIAL football coaches, plus they run down the upcoming schedule and preview the weekend's top high school football games. That's this week in the WPIAL, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. this fall, only on the MSA Sports Network.
Back here at Sto-Rox, 2:45 left in the opening half, and the Rochester Rams, off the second interception of the night by Brady Doubt, go 80 yards on a Ian Kuba 31-yard touchdown run on 4th down and 14. The Vikings lead the Rams by the score of 21-0. You're listening to and watching 2016 WPIAL High School football, brought to you by Progress. Progress First and Turf. Matt Vandriak, Cory Campano with you here in McKees Rocks tonight, but it's been all Rochester so far.
Really has, and it's been all Ian Kuba. Anytime they need a play, he's the man that steps up.
Kick here by Gooseby. Fielded at about the 17-yard line and lateral back by Williams to Amir Austin. And look at Amir Austin, spins across the 40, the 45, out to the 47-yard line. Nice return by Amir Austin before being spun down on the play by Declan Eaton. But how about that? Williams with the lateral, and Amir Austin shows his burst to give Sto-Rox a good start here at their own 46-yard line, down 3 scores.
Here's the ball game right here. I mean, you're down 21 going into the half. It's a lot different circumstance than 14. You can put a score on the board before halftime. You got 2.5 minutes, short field. Sto-Rox has to hold onto the football, not turn it over, and get into the end zone.
See if the Vikings can get one going here. Remember that last drive, Cory? They had it inside the 20 at the 18-yard line, an 18-yard run called back and threw a pick on the next play. Hawkins makes the catch underneath here on the near side, breaks a tackle across the 50. Hawkins down the sideline, and he steps out of bounds just outside of the 40-yard line. Collins got enough to push him out, but a nice job there on that play by Levon Hawkins to break away from Deshaun Sherrod, who had him dead to rights, Cory, for what would have been maybe no gain.
Yeah, I can't believe that he turned that into a first down. The fancy footwork along the left sideline by Hawkins, really, honestly, maybe a toe stepped out of bounds because he went 6 or 7 yards past where the ball spotted, but clearly did step out.
Doubt to the far side of the field. Catch made at the 38-yard line and quickly tackled. Nice job by Collins to step up there and make the stop on Raymond G after a gain of about 3.
Yeah, they're going to call it 4
or 5.
4 or 5, whatever.
Yeah,
right
whatever.
in that ball. We don't have hash marks tonight, Matt. You're doing a great job.
Close enough. 2nd and 5, and they're inside the 40 to 37. Doubt feels the pressure, tries to escape. He's going to be brought down to the backfield. Tyler Borzen gets the sack for the Rams.
First sack of the night, and what an opportune time to get one. Goes from 2nd and 6 back to 3rd and 13. Big time play by the senior.
Under 2 minutes now, actually under 1:40. We're down to 1:35, and this second quarter clock continues to roll. 3rd and 12 for the Vikings at the Rams' 45-yard line. Doubt feels the pressure again. Borzen after him. Doubt to the far side and has to throw this one away as Tyler Borzen, a one-man wrecking crew on these last 2 plays.
Smart play there by Brady Doubt. There was nothing there. I know the situation, and you want to try and force the throw, but nothing there. Did a great job to get rid of the football.
So another promising drive for Sto-Rox, Cory, comes to a disappointing end. 4th and 12 now at the Rochester 45-yard line, and the Vikings are going to punt this one away. I believe Rochester has 1 timeout remaining.
I believe so. Maybe 2.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, maybe 2.
At least 1, possibly 2. Hawkins will punt. Awaits the snap at his own 44. Hawkins hesitates and hammers a good right-footed kick inside the 20, takes a nice bounce for the Vikings, and will be down at the 14-yard line. So if anything, Sto-Rox able to flip the field and pin Rochester inside the 15. The Rams will come to the line 1st and 10 at the 14. 1:14 left here in the opening half, a 21-0 Rochester lead.
Yeah, that's great that they pinned him, but now they've got to contain Ian Kuba. You've got 1:14 left. If there is 2 timeouts, remember, clock stops after a first down. The way that this offense have moved the football tonight, that's plenty of time for them to put a drive together.
Kuba going to line up under center. I-backs behind him. Tight set. Fakes the handoff. Actually, the fullback got the call through the middle there. It's Chris Hayes. And he'll push out to about the 17. Gain of 3 on the play. Stop made by Jeff Schmidt with some help from Deshaun Saunders.
And it looks like Gene Matsuk is just totally comfortable with that 21-point lead to go into halftime. Just a run up the middle. Ian Kuba getting a play call from him. They're going to run as much time as possible. And barring anything crazy, this will be your score at halftime. And boy, man, what a half by Rochester.
Big plays for the Rams, setting up 3 scores, but 2 of those scores, Cory, coming off of Sto-Rox turnovers that led to deep Rochester drives, long Rochester drives, and some big plays, some odd circumstances. Half a minute left here in the opening half, and Kuber's going to call his own number up the middle, crosses the 20, out to about the 22-yard line where Johnson brings him down with some help from Antoine Ebor on what should be your final play of the opening half. The Rams have come to McKees Rocks tonight, and they have ruffled the Vikings' feathers so far through 2 quarters. Halftime here. Your score at the break. Rochester 21, Sto-Rox nothing. We'll take a break and be back to recap your opening half. You're listening to and watching 2016 WPIAL High School football here on the MSA Sports Network.
Officially Sports is your one-stop shop for all your officiating needs. If you need a shirt, jacket, pants, shoes, whistles, etc., Officially Sports has it all, and they are the sole licensed supplier for the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association. Officially Sports also provides custom bags and apparel to help promote your officials association. Mention this ad and receive free shipping until November 1st. Order online at www.officiallysports.com or call 1-800-934-4555. That's 1-800-934-4555. Call today.
Right now, when you refer a friend to open a new personal or business checking account at First Commonwealth Bank, you can earn a generous cash reward. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Could be a relative. Could be a Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
Make sure to follow the MSA Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, links to our articles, and much more. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MSA Sports and get in on the conversation with thousands of local sports fans. Follow us on Twitter at MSA Sports and check out our YouTube channel, MSA Sports WPIAL, for hundreds of video interviews with local student athletes, game highlights, and more. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or our websites, MSA Sports is the place to go for high school sports in Western Pennsylvania.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou. Carlo University, a proud sponsor of the MSA Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
The sounds of the Rochester High School marching band bring us back to, where are we at tonight, Cory? McKees Rocks. McKees Rocks. If only the band could get in tune with that. Well, it's been a new day here tonight, and the Rochester Rams have had their way with Sto-Rox leading the Vikings 21-0. At the half, Matt Vandriak, Cory Campano with you here. And Cory, Rochester has really looked good. They've got it done with a couple of turnovers on defense, quite a few big plays, and a 3-score lead, a shocking 3-score lead in a game we thought would be a lot closer than this after 24 minutes.
Yeah, it really did. And, you know, when we walked in, the atmosphere here, you really felt like the home crowd was into this football game. The community backs the Sto-Rox team so well this year. I really thought that this could be either way. Didn't think we'd have a 21-0 score at halftime, but you got to give Rochester credit. Terrific half of football, forcing 2 turnovers defensively, capitalizing on those turnovers. Just a great half all around.
And your scoring recap, it's brought to you by Progress. Progress first in turf. Rochester got the first points of the game. 7:46 left in the opening quarter. Ian Kuba, a 10-yard touchdown run. That was set up on a 47-yard run by Caleb Collins. PAT by Elijah Gooseby was good. Rochester's first offensive drive of the game, and it was 7-0 Rams. Only score of the opening quarter was that Kuba run, but a good drive to end the first quarter. Set up a touchdown on the opening play of the second quarter. This time it was Caleb Collins, a 5-yard touchdown run. That was set up on a 59-yard strike from Ian Kuba to Deshaun Sherrod. 2-point conversion on a run by Chris Hayes. Made it 15-0 Rams, 5 seconds into the second frame. A 79-yard drive set up off of the first interception of the year thrown by Sto-Rox quarterback Brady Dowd. Then with 2:45 left in the second quarter, Cory, a play that we didn't think was going to happen, but somehow it did. On 4th and 14, Ian Kuba, a 31-yard touchdown run on what was almost a broken play. PAT was no good, but it was 21-0 Rams, and that drive came 80 yards off another Rochester interception to make it 21-0 Rams, and that's where we sit here at the break. All Rochester in this Big 7 clash of 2 of the top 4 teams in Class 1A.
Yeah, and your stats here at the end of the first half, of course, unofficial. Trying to do our best here while doing the broadcast, but total I have 68 passing for Rochester, 102 passing for Sto-Rox, 19 rushing for Sto-Rox to 150 rushing for Rochester. Total of 218 on the Rochester side to 121 on the Sto-Rox side. All in all, Ian Kuba was just 2 of 6 passing, completed both of those passes to number 28, Deshaun Sherrod, 1 for 8, 1 for 60. 150 yards rushing on that side. Led on 8 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown from number 22, Caleb Collins. Also 9 official rushes for 62 for the quarterback, Ian Kuba. On the other side for Sto-Rox, 10 of 13 throwing was Brady Dowd, so only 1 incompletion aside from those 2 interceptions for 102 yards. Spread the ball out quite a bit. Raymond G had 4 receptions for a total of 49 yards in that first half. He leads the department leads in that department for Sto-Rox, and really rushing. The leader was 4 carries for 5 yards for running back Devontae Williams and 3 carries for 5 yards for running back William Johnson. So tough sledding on the ground if you're Sto-Rox. Also that 1 carry for 9 yards for Amir Austin. But those 2 turnovers loom huge. It's 2-0 right now, obviously, with the 2 interceptions from Brady Dowd on the Sto-Rox side. And again, for your total, 68 passing, 150 rushing for a total of 218 for Rochester, 102 passing, and 19 rushing for a total of 121 on the Sto-Rox side of the football. And again, Rochester leads 21-0.
And we mentioned in the first half, too, that Sto-Rox without the services of running back Vinny Eggleton tonight, and that obviously his absence is shown a bit in the ground game tonight. But a masterful job by the Rochester defense of pretty much taking the running game completely away here in the opening half, Cory, but also coming up with 2 big turnovers, the first 2 interceptions that Brady Dowd's thrown this season, and then the offense doing their job, turning both those turnovers into long touchdown drives.
Yeah, the picks, all they did was drive them. Offensively, it's all it did. Those 2 interceptions were gut-punching, too, if you're Sto-Rox, because you said it, man. I mean, both times they were moving. Sto-Rox was moving both times before those picks came, and the one was so unfortunate on a drive where you had an 18-yard run to set you up at the half-yard line, called back for holding on 3rd down, put you in a 3rd and long, and Brady Dowd decided to hoist one up into the end zone where Caleb Collins was waiting. He has both picks, by the way, and a touchdown on the offensive side. Really, again, just a strong half of football by Rochester. They capitalized on their opportunities in a huge 21-point lead on the road. Hey, you really can't say enough about it.
We'll let the Rochester Rams marching band take you to your halftime show this week. Don Rebel and Mike White of the Post-Gazette going to take a look at the list of the winningest coaches in WPIAL history.
Week 3 of the halftime show on the MSA Sports Network. Along with Mike White of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, I'm Don Rebel. Hello. Well, monumental victory for a longtime coach last week. We talked about it at great length here last weekend. George Novak, the doctor as I call him, getting victory number 300. Rare air as far as WPIAL coaches, Mike.
It is, Mr. Rebel. And, we always try and come up with a subject here on the halftime show. And we thought, in light of Mr. Novak getting 300, we would put on our coaching hats and
Whistles.
Talk about some of the best coaches and who maybe some factoids about coaching.
Oh, nice.
This isn't a whole factoid one, but
early season.
Yes.
A little dabble in the factoids.
Well, I thought I'd bring this up, Don. There are 23 coaches who have 200 wins in WPIAL history. Only 3 coaches now are 300. George Novak, Joe Hamilton, and Jim Render. Novak and Render are still active. Now, the 23 doesn't count Wilmington's Terry Varelli, who won a lot of games in WPIAL before they went to District 10, or Gavin Sturker of Trinity, who coached here for a few years. It does count. Lou Falcone got most of his wins in WPIAL at Farrell. So, of those 23, I thought I would say who really won the most, or at least the best winning percentage. It is, of those 23 with 200 wins. Mm-hmm. Do you know? Quickly. Quickly. It's a halftime show.
I'm going to say Bill Chirpak.
How did you know that? Bill Chirpak, 226 and 42. An 843 winning percentage. He got to 200 wins faster than anyone in WPIAL history. Who got to 200 wins second?
The quickest?
Well, Chirpak did. Chirpak got there the quick. Who was second?
Oh, boy. How about Billy Pelko or Bobby Pelko?
It might have been Bobby. I
His
don't know
brother,
about Billy.
His brother Billy was pretty good.
No, the silver-haired fox.
Oh, Pat Monroe.
No.
He's
Mike
silver-haired fox.
Mike Zmianek, Aliquippa, 200 wins, second fastest. This is only a 20 of the season, Don. It's pretty good. He got the 200 wins in his 17.
That makes a lot of sense.
227 and 33 is his winning percentage, 837. Second on that list is Chirpak with 843 winning percentage. Those two guys are remarkable, I think, really, when you consider 3 guys have 300 wins, Jim Render, Joe Hamilton, George Novak. Render could get to 400 even next year, Don. He's 130 and 6. 386, 130 and 6. Second all-time list, Joe Hamilton. But when you talk about winning, I say, I'm going to bring out the best coach, maybe of all time. He just hasn't coached in 61 years. And he's deceased. Talking about Phil Breidenbaugh of Newcastle, Don. He coached when there were only 2 teams that played for championships. There were no playoffs, so you had to be undefeated to play for the championships. He won 265 games in 34 years, tied for 7th in WPIAL history with wins, 265, 64, and 25 winning percentage, 783, 83, and 7 WPIAL titles, 6 outright and 1 tie. Ties Bob Pelko for the most.
Why is he not in the Hall of Fame?
Don't get me started.
Okay. All right, more coaching numbers. Some factoids coming up when the halftime show continues on the MSA Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou. Carlo University, a proud sponsor of the MSA Sports Network.
Right now, when you refer a friend to open a new personal or business checking account at First Commonwealth Bank, you can earn a generous cash reward. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Could be a relative. Could be a Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's WPIAL football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show here on the MSA Sports Network. Hi, I'm Don Rebel. Join me in the MSA Sports Gang for all the scores and recaps from the top games, plus the MSA Sports Roundtable. That's the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the MSA Sports Network and at msasports.net. Halftime show rolls on here in week 3 of the 2016 season, honoring some of the great coaches, taking a look inside the numbers with Mike White.
That's right. It just dawned on me. That's the same music for how many years now? 40?
38.
All right.
You miss Herbie, don't you?
All right. I found this out about the coaching. We talked about George Zovac with 300 wins. So we're going to talk about coaches' victories in this halftime show. Dawn, there are 3 schools with 2 coaches who had 200 wins in the WPIAL. Can you name them?
3 schools.
3 schools. Now, they may not have been there the whole time, their whole career, but most of their career.
With how many coaches?
With 2 coaches that had 200 wins.
Aliquippa.
Right, with Don Yanessa and Mike Smianik.
And
you will not get one. You might get the other. One of the
There's 2 other schools.
Yes. Quickly, halftime show.
I know it. And,
we got to get back to the games.
No.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Lindy Lauro and
Should've
Phil
had that one.
Breidenbach a while ago. And we mentioned him in the first half. He's one of them. Bill Cherpak at Thomas Jefferson. And old Bap.
Oh, Batmanzini.
Batmanzini.
I
How
forgot
about that?
about the Batman.
Top 10 in WPIAL history with wins. Jim Render, Joe Hamilton, Blackhawk mostly, George Novak, Jack McCurry, North Hills 4th. Chuck Wagner coached at 4 schools. He's 5th. Oakmont, Riverview, Fox Chapel, Springdale. Pat Tarquinio, Beaver and Elwood City. Phil Breidenbach and Jim Gary of Fort Cherry are tied for 7th. 90-year-old, he's now 90. Pete Annamarino is 9th, coach of Pitcairn and Gateway. And Don Yanessa is 10th. Want the others with 200, Don? Real quick. Do it?
Sure.
Kiski area's Dick Diltz. He also coached at Richland. Canneman's Bob Jacoby. McKee Sports George Smith. These are in order. Guy Montecalvo at Washington and Kenna McMillan. Billy Cherpak, Lindy Lauro, Mike Smianik. Rab Curry, who coached at Monessen and Charleroi from the 40s to the 70s. Oh, yeah. He's a Rab 4. Lou Falcone. Some of his wins were in District 10. Art Walker at Mount Lebanon and Shadyside. He just turned 80 this year. Saw him the other day. And Frank Bongiovango at Shenango last year of a head coach was 1998, but he's still helping the Shannon. Batman Ziti, and the last one on the list, Freeport's Don Early, who passed away this summer, mostly at Freeport. He had 200 on the nose. Most championships, Palco, Phil Breidenbach was 7, with 6, Chuck Clausey, George Novak, Art Walker, Tom Nola, and Mike Smianik.
Jack McCurry, one of the few that was at one school on that list.
That's right.
All right, Mike, thank you. Enjoy the second half of the game. You are listening to here on the Management Science Associates Sports Network.
Over here and then on that side. It's your home building.
And the sounds of the Sto-Rox Marching Band bring us back here to McKees Rocks. Your score at the half. Rochester 21, Sto-Rox nothing. Progress bringing you tonight's video stream game of the week. Matt Vandriak, Cory Campano with you here on the MSA Sports Network. Cory, a good half for the Vikings. I'm sorry, for the Rams. Not so nice for the Vikings. A couple of turnovers, some long drives, and some big plays. Rochester has a 3-score lead at the break, and will get the ball to start the second half as well.
Yeah, and really it's just what we talked about the entire first half is them capitalizing on every opportunity they were given. 2 costly interceptions by Brady Dowd. His first 2 of the year, as you had mentioned a couple times, Matt. Rochester just took advantage of them, and really it was because of the play of Ian Kuba.
Absolutely. We'll recap the scoring. First quarter touchdown, 7:46 on the clock. Ian Kuba, 10-yard TD run set up on a 47-yard run by Caleb Collins. Extra point was good by Elijah Gooseby. 7-0 Rams. They would lead by the same score after the opening quarter. 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. Rochester would get that first score just 5 seconds into the second frame. A big play to end the first quarter. 59-yard pass from Kuba to Deshaun Sherrod set it up, and then Collins a 5-yard TD run. That drive was a 79-yard drive off of a Rochester interception. The interception by Caleb Collins. 2-point run by Chris Hayes made it 15-0 Rams. And then 9 minutes and 10 seconds later, it was Ian Kuba on 4th and 14. A broken play, Cory, but Kuba, a 31-yard touchdown run. And that drive was an 80-yard drive off the second Sto-Rox interception of the night. The point after attempt was no good, but not only did that drive cover 80 yards off of a second interception, but a holding penalty against Sto-Rox negated. It would have either been a touchdown or a first down and goal at the 1-yard line on the very next play, interception, then the 80-yard drive and the 4th down conversion on the 31-yard TD run by Kuba.
Yeah, it's just crazy to think. I mean, really, how many opportunities did Sto-Rox have to be in the position that Rochester's in this game right now? And they just found a way to either let it slip away or let Rochester take advantage of those positions. They've got to be scratching their heads a bit at halftime because Brady Dowd threw for 102 yards. He only had 3 incompletions, but 2 of them were interceptions. They were costly, and now they've got to find a way to get back into this game. And, Matt, you already said it. Rochester gets the ball, so they're going to have a tough time to do that because they have not proven that they could stop the run here yet tonight. 150 yards rushing in that first half for the Rams.
Teams are back on the field. We'll take a break and be back. Try to get you some other scores from around the Big 7 and around the rest of the WPIAL when we come back. Third quarter coming up. 21-0 Rochester leading Sto-Rox. You're listening to and watching 2016 WPIAL High School football here on the MSA Sports Network.
Get everything you want in a checking account plus $200 from Dollar Bank. That's right. You get $200 with an everything checking account from Dollar Bank. Everything checking includes interest, 55,000 free ATMs, and no monthly service fee when you do the things you already do every day. You also get real-time alerts and an app with mobile deposit, all free. Add everything savings to earn 1.00% APY up to $20,000. And now, Everything Checking has it all, including a $200 offer that ends October 15th. So don't miss your chance to get $200. Stop in, visit dollar.bank/200, or call 1-800-242-BANK today. Dollar Bank, mutually inspired. $200 offer for new customers only. Certain requirements apply in the first year. Call for details. 0.15% annual percentage yield. Savings rate and fee waiver requires 6 qualifying payments. 0.25% savings APY over $20,000. Subject to change without notice. Dollar Bank. Member FDIC.
MSASports.net is the place to click on every day this fall.
On Mondays, we have the latest MSA Sports Top 10 football rankings.
Also on Monday, we check in on the former district stars now making the grade in college with WPIAL alum Q&A.
Tuesday is a look back at the biggest and best plays from the previous Scholastic football weekend with the plays of the week.
We go big game hunting on Wednesday with a preview of the top WPIAL football contests.
I'll look into my crystal ball on Thursday with the wildly popular Chicks Picks.
A complete rundown of all the games comes your way on Friday, plus plenty of broadcasts to choose from on Friday nights.
On Saturday, we'll take a look at the top performances with Friday night highlights. Then on Sunday, a look back at the previous day's high school standouts with Saturday's Scholastic Stars.
Anytime, anywhere, always there this fall with the MSA Sports Network at MSASports.net.
Back here at Sto-Rox, about to get the second half underway. The visiting Rochester Rams leading the host Vikings by the score of 21-0 as Progress brings you this week's video stream game of the week here on the MSA Sports Network. Progress first in turf. He's Cory Campano. I'm Matt Vandriak. And Cory, I know you were checking the scores around the WPIL for everybody out there. Make sure that you check them out yourself. For updated scores on Friday night, check out MSA Sports on your mobile device at m.scores.msasports.net.
Yeah, just running. We'll run through a couple of them here. It looks like they're ready to get the second half underway. But big game in this conference, in the Big 7 conference. 2-0 Northgate leading 0-2 Shenango 20-0
The Flames
looked like they're
on fire.
That was about 8 minutes left in the second half. Northgate off to an impressive start. That would put them at 3-0 in this Big 7 conference. Another one too, just the BSN game of the week. This week on the MSA Sports Network, Bell Vernon and Ringgold. Bell Vernon does lead the Rams of Ringgold 17-3 at halftime. Interesting score there as well. We can also get you some other scores throughout this halftime. Looks like Aliquippa's trailing again to Freeport. That is a big surprise. Help from our friend Keith Barnes up here in the booth. What, 2 in a row after, what was it, 62? 62 straight victories?
Yeah, and a rematch of last year's WPIAL semifinals, a game that I covered at Seneca Valley, and Aliquippa won that game 36-14. So the Yellow Jackets, maybe a little revenge on their mind. Cory can get you some more scores as we get through into the third quarter here. Sto-Rox will kick it off right to left to start this second half of play. William Johnson lined up to kick it. Back deep to Sean Sherrod. And Caleb Collins both awaiting the return at their own 15-yard line. Johnson hammers a bouncing kick, and it'll be taken by Sherrod, who bobbles it, has to recover at the 15, comes to the right, tries to cut it back, and gets to about the 21-yard line, maybe 6 yards on the return. Nice special teams work getting downfield by the Vikings, Devontae Williams, and a Rochester player shaken up. That's the return man, Deshaun Sherrod.
Yeah, he's limping off pretty heavily there. Took a nice shot, tackle made by Devontae Williams. Popped him right above that right knee, and Sherrod, who had the only 2 catches in the first half for the Rochester Rams for 68 yards. Be a bit of a hit to not have him in the second half.
See what the Rams do here. They come out 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Ian Kuba out of the shotgun, 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Man in motion now from right to left. It's going to be Collins getting the call, and he slung to the grass on a great play by William Johnson, who read that reverse easier than a Dr. Seuss book. Flag flies after the play as well, and Johnson looks a little bit discouraged because I think he got some of the face mask.
Yeah, makes a great play, but not going to matter if he got all face mask there. Only a 1-yard gain might turn into 16 after this penalty, and that's exactly what it is. Tough start again, Matt, for Sto-Rox.
Was waiting on the ruling there, Cory, because Johnson came in high, but the runner had his stiff arm out in the vicinity of the face mask of the defender as well. So either way, that's a bad break for Sto-Rox because Johnson made a great play for a loss. But the personal foul gives the Vikings a first down out to their own 37-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Kuba fakes the handoff to the receiver, goes up the middle. Here comes Collins. Collins to the right. Collins across midfield. Collins into Sto-Rox territory. Dives to the Vikings' 44-yard line. First down there on a gain of 27 by Caleb Collins. Finally tripped up on the play by Raymond G.
Big burst there. Collins, I love the misdirection play. You send a man in motion. Kuba does a great job selling that fake. How many times are we going to call Caleb Collins, no matter what side of the football he is on? He has been an impactful player here tonight. Rochester is just going to run the football down Sto-Rox's throat here in the second half to chew that clock until the Vikings decide to stop it.
1st and 10 at the Sto-Rox 44. Kuba out of the gun, going to hand to Collins, going to the left this side. Sherrod, that is, trying to stretch the field with Collins in front of him. He takes a good hit on the far side of the field. After a gain of 5, Hawkins got the stiff arm, and then Devontae Williams caught up and brought some thunder on that tackle as flags fly as well. And this may be a face mask, Cory, against the runner, as Deshaun Sherrod tried to stiff arm away Levon Hawkins, and he might have got face mask there.
Well, flags came from each side, one from behind the runner and one from in front. There's actually 3 on the field. The officials probably all had the same idea there. This could be a big call. Face mask pushing Rochester back would at least give Sto-Rox some life. If they get another 15 yards for a face mask on top of that, they're already inside the 30, should that be the case.
The officials sort this one out, but Rochester trying to take this first drive of the second half the distance, and that would put Sto-Rox in a really deep hole. The Vikings already trail 21-0, and they need to get a defensive stop here, Cory, because Rochester has not punted. They've had the ball 3 times. They've scored all 3 times, and they've all been long scoring drives as well.
Long drives, and the long drives for Sto-Rox have not resulted in points.
UPMC Sports Medicine is partnering with MSA Sports this year for their Stay Strong and Play On program, featuring monthly spotlights on athletes who have overcome injury and continue to pursue and excel at their sport. UPMC will be granting 2 $1,000 scholarships at the end of the year to athletes who have managed to stay strong and play on. Look for more details soon at msasports.net. So the call against Rochester, face mask against Deshaun Sherrod. And it'll make it first down and 11 back at the Sto-Rox 45 for Rochester. Kuba out of the gun, 4 receivers. Single back. Coming around, he's going to fake the handoff. Now a delayed call up the middle, and that one's sniffed out by the Sto-Rox defense as Collins gets stood up quickly. Nice job by the Vikings there. Myer Woodard in on the stop, and he brings Collins down for a loss.
That's the play there that Sto-Rox needed. You get a penalty call to go your way against the Rochester Rams on offense, and then you get a stop for a loss of 2. Now you've got 2nd and 13. And a chance, because we've seen what Ian Kuba has done on long drives and long plays, but a chance to get a stop.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 13 now, back to the 47. Kuba out of the gun with stacked receivers here to the near side. Kuba going to call it to the right side. Sheds a tackler inside the 40. Breaks another tackle inside the 35. Kuba still on his feet as he gets down to the 34-yard line. And he's going to be close and should have enough for a Rochester first down. Raymond G. finally makes the stop with some help from Devontae Williams. But Ian Kuba shake and bake. Yeah, that just happened. First down Rams.
Again, 2nd, 3rd, and long. It just seems like Kuba's going to call his number every single time. Needed 13 there, got 14 first down. Unless they're going to measure this. It looked like he clearly had it.
Well, the previous time it looked like he didn't have it, and they gave him a first down. So,
yeah, they're bringing out the sticks.
All right.
Maybe a bad spot there. It sure looked like Kuba was a full yard ahead.
I would like sometime, Corey, when they bring out the sticks to actually bring out sticks. Or maybe you should sing Renegade while they bring out the sticks.
Can't put that pressure on me. I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the pipes to sing Renegade. I feel like I'm losing my voice here tonight. They're going to be... Yeah,
even with the bad spot, enough for a first down for Ian Kuba. Again, how many tackles there? 4 or 5 tackles he breaks again.
At least.
When he's a quarterback when he's looking to throw, but he's a running back anytime he's outside the pocket, and that's a dangerous combination.
Kuba had 208 yards rushing and 5 rushing touchdowns coming in. 7th most in Class 1A, and of course leading the Rams. 1st and 10 for Rochester at the Sto-Rox 34-yard line. 9:42 left in the third quarter. 21-0 Rochester. This is still the first drive of the second half. Kuba fumbles the snap, has to pick it up, trying to make something out of nothing, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and still on his feet. Kuba inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. Ian Kuba, somebody stop him. I don't think so.
His feet just keep moving the entire process. That took 4 or 5 hits on him just to lose balance a little bit. A play that should have gone for a 3-yard loss turns into about a 6-yard gain.
Going to give him 5 down to the 30-yard line. 29 to be exact, and a timeout on the field with 9:22 left here in the third quarter. We got somebody injured. Is
that Hawkins?
Yeah, Hawkins walking one off there. He's a little shaken up. Trying to walk it off, Corey. Not sure if he took a
stinger, maybe.
Yeah, got bumped on the leg, or if maybe he's suffering from a little bit of a cramp here on a slightly warm Friday night here in the Rocks.
Take this weather anytime.
Mick Keys Rocks. I'm definitely enjoying that and the constant playing of New Day songs. Actually, 81 degrees, so it's gotten a little bit warmer since we kicked this one off. Going to hang around 75 before it's said and done, but as you mentioned earlier, it's a comfortable 81, not a high humidity level here, and that's good. Cuts down on the number of cramps and the number of times I have to wash my new BSN polo shirt this season. 2nd and 5 from the Rochester 29. Kuba fakes the handoff, going to call his own number up the gut. Kuba cuts it back to the left. Kuba inside the 20. Kuba's at the 15. Kuba at the 10. He dives inside of the 8-yard line. Ian Kuba, another big play. And Sto-Rox has no answer tonight for number 18.
From the 29 down to the 10. Simple quarterback keeper to the right after the fake on the jet sweep, and then the instant cutback in the middle of the field. We've seen that a numerous amount of times tonight from Ian Kuba. Rochester, it seems like anytime they aren't calling a quarterback keeper, it's just to give Kuba a break, give him the breather, because it's worked every single time that it's been called.
First and goal coming up for the Rams. Ball at the Sto-Rox 10-yard line, so 19 yards gained on that carry by Kuba, who continues his stellar night. 8:40 in a rolling third quarter clock here. 21-0 Rochester, and the Rams on this first drive of the second half looking to add to that lead. Kuba out of the gun. Puts Sherrod into the backfield now. Sherrod going to get the call from left to right. Deshaun Sherrod, stutter step at the 5, and a nice open field tackle made there by Sto-Rox Raymond G. as he steps up and brings Sherrod down for a loss of 2. Flag flying on the play as well. Holding against the Rams, so a break there for the Vikings.
It looked like the hold came in the middle of the field, interior of the offensive line. As soon as Sherrod touched the football, as soon as he was tackled, Raymond G made a great shoestring tackle there. Otherwise, Sherrod had the sideline, would have been in. They call it at the line of scrimmage, so.
That hold, a costly one for the Rams, but a break for the Vikings, who need one. First and goal now all the way back to the 20-yard line. Kuba out of the gun. Sherrod in motion from right to left. Kuba fakes the inside handoff. He wants to throw, feels backside pressure. He's going down in the backfield. William Johnson's waited all night to finally get a clear shot at the quarterback, and he, along with Jeff Schmidt, get the first Sto-Rox sack of the night as they drop Kuba for a loss of 5.
Boy, they have waited so long tonight to get that one. Ian Kuba has got himself out of every sticky situation deep in the pocket. That time they get him for a loss of 5, and now you've got second and goal back from the 25-yard line. Again, another opportunity. Sto-Rox defense needs to make a play.
Second and goal at the 25. Rochester leads 21-0 with 7.5 left here in the third quarter. 4 receivers set. Collins a single back to Kuba's right, who comes out of the shotgun. Sherrod in motion from left to right. He'll get the handoff coming this way. Sherrod inside the 20, pushes it outside, cuts into the 15, and he's ran out of bounds by Brady Doubt there after a gain of about 9 on the play. So it'll be third and goal from the 16.
Interesting call there. Set them up with what they think is a manageable situation. Again, 7:17 left in the third quarter clock, so long drive again for Rochester. They're totally fine with what's going on here, even with the stall down near the red zone, but they punch one in here. Sto-Rox is going to be looking for answers all over the place.
They get a 4-score lead here in this third quarter, Corey. It might be time for the fat lady to put the hot dog down and start singing.
That's it.
Or the pierogies plus pierogies,
right.
Which I had pregame, and I'm a huge fan of. Thank you, Sto-Rox. Keith Barnes also endorsing them. 3rd and 16. And now a snap. Kuba wasn't ready for it. Ball all the way back at the 30-yard line. Collins scoops it up, and he's driven all the way back to the 38-yard line. Kuba was looking to the sideline, and that center QB exchange was not there. Loss of 10 on the play. And it's going to be 4th down, and, well, let's just say a Mountie will be waiting at the first down marker asking for a passport should someone get it.
Yeah, that's a loss of 15. Collins picked up the ball. That'll go against him for a 15-yard loss. Kuba just wasn't looking anywhere near the center. Was looking around, maybe trying to audible to one of his receivers, and the ball just kind of skimmed past his feet. Now an interesting situation here. Sto-Rox finally their best opportunity to stop the Rams.
4th and goal from the 30-yard line. Kuba wants to throw. Feeling some pressure as he rolls to the left, coming back the other way. Kuba able to get away from Johnson again. Kuba comes back to the right. Kuba's going to call his own number, and he's going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage by Raymond G. So Kuba ran for 20 yards, only to lose 1, and a flag flying behind the play as well. That may go against Sto-Rox. Oh, my.
4th and goal from the 30. Now a flag on the field. This
all the way down inside the 10-yard line, far away from where the run was. Rochester players coming back to the line clapping.
This could be awful for the Vikings. This could be another letdown in a 4th and long situation. You're right, Matt. There were 3 or 4 players coming back cheering on the Rochester side of the football.
That's an unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Vikings. And it is. Rochester's going to get 15 yards and an automatic first down.
I think just the yards.
Okay.
So it's probably 15 yards from the spot. Not from the spot, excuse me, from the line of scrimmage where Kuba was tackled. So, I mean, really the inexcusable penalty. You could have turned that into a very worse situation. Luckily, Sto-Rox finally stops Rochester. It took some head-scratching plays in order to do that, but they finally get the ball back.
So they end up losing about 15 out of the exchange. Would have had it at the 30. Going to start at the 15 instead.
And now have to put a long drive together just to get within 14.
Rochester ticking almost 6 minutes off the clock on this opening drive of the third quarter. 6:17 left here in the third frame. The score remains the same as it was at the break, 21-0 in favor of the Rams. Sto-Rox offense got to get something going here to get back into this one.
A discussion by the head official in the middle of that Sto-Rox huddle, probably regarding that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
See what the Vikings can do on offense. Brady Dowd out of the shotgun, 4 receivers. Austin in motion from left to right. Austin going to fake the handoff. Dowd calls his own number, sheds off the first tackler, and stretches to about the 20-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. Finally cleaned up by Caleb Collins. First contact was made in there by Tanner Schroom.
Good start to the drive for the Vikings. They've got to put something together here. I feel like, I've said that often tonight, but really, Rochester, with these long drives and taking so much time off the clock, it is the truth. I mean, Sto-Rox yet to capitalize. They've gotten close a few times, but need to make something happen if they want to get back into this one. Still plenty of time in the third quarter.
5 yards gained as the Vikings come back to the offense. Dowd putting Austin in motion from left to right. Going to give it to him this time. Austin to the right side, gets a block, gets across the 20, and spins out to about the 22, maybe 23-yard line. He'll be about a yard short on the play. Andrew Massey and Elijah Gooseby making the stop for the Rams.
So a 3rd and 3 now. He went run to start this drive where Brady Dowd was 10 of 13 throwing in the first half. See if he gets another opportunity to sling one here.
Under 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. 4:55, clock rolling, 21-0 Rams lead. Ian Kuba, a touchdown run in the first quarter. He had another score in the second quarter. Sandwiched between those was a Caleb Collins TD run, all for the Rochester Rams. Dowd out of the shotgun. Sets up the screen, throws underneath, catch is made up the far sideline. Here comes Antoine Ebor, first down, crosses the 30, and gets out to about the 34-yard line. First down and a gain of 12 before finally Declan Eaton can run him out of bounds.
That's a great play call there. Blitz was up the middle. Sto-Rox saw it coming and decided to go with the screen. Perfect time to throw against a middle blitz. Brady Dowd, nice job to sell it, and just a quick little pitch outside and a nice run after the catch on top of that by Johnson.
Much needed first down there for Sto-Rox. They have a fresh set of downs at their own 33-yard line, trailing 21-0, and Sto-Rox would definitely like to get some points on the board out of this drive after their first defensive stop of the night. The only bad thing for the Vikings is they're down 21 points, and Rochester's offense has just grinded down a lot of clock here this evening. Dowd out of the shotgun. Feels pressure now as he comes to the left side. Flag flies. Dowd eludes that pressure. Gets across the 35. Dowd sheds a tackle as he gets to the 39, and he is hit hard on the play. As stepping up for Rochester there was Chris Hayes. He brought some boom on that hit.
And Dowd's limping. That right knee, it looked like was the point of attack. He has a knee brace on there already. Adjusting to that. We'll see what the flag is. Brady Dowd definitely took a shot that time.
Penalty against Sto-Rox, so the Vikings take another penalty. Gonna back them up. Holding negates the short yardage gain for Dowd, who got about 4. Got hit pretty hard on the play as well. Now it's going to be 1st and 23 for the Vikings, all the way back at the Sto-Rox 20. A lot of penalties here for Sto-Rox, and very untimely ones at that. Down out of the shotgun. Going to hand off here to the near side as Austin comes around from receiver, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. Darius Gooseby all over that play. And Amir Austin thrown for a loss. It'll be 2nd and long coming up for the Vikings.
Boy, Darius Gooseby fought off 2 or 3 blockers in front of him there, and Sto-Rox just keeps going backwards. They are now near their own 10-yard line, and that first down stick is up near the 45. 2nd and 33, so they actually lose 9 yards on that play.
Well, Cory, you're right. They lost 11 on that play.
11 yards. I mean, just keeps going backwards. That one, no penalty for an excuse that time.
2nd and 33, all the way back to the 11-yard line. Out of the gun. Doubt to the right, steps up, fires, has a man. Catch made at the 10-yard line, trying to find room, and nothing doing there. This Rochester defense swarming to the ball now. Elijah Gooseby unleashed a little bit of fury on the ball carrier there with a good, solid hit on Austin.
Brady Doubt completes another pass, but again, I think they lost one more that time.
Trying to get the ball into Austin's hands, but he just has not been able to get anything going against this Rochester defense coming in. Austin, 10 catches, 279 yards, tied for the most in Class 1A in receptions with his teammate Levon Hawkins, 2nd in receiving yards. Rochester's kept him in check, gets a yard out of that play. 3rd and 32 now for Sto-Rox from their own 12. Doubt out of the gun. Feels some backside pressure. Able to get away from the first man, but can elude the second wave. And he'll be dropped back at the 10-yard line by a swarm of Rochester defenders.
Inside the 10-yard line. He might have lost 5 more there.
Declan Eaton and Darius Gooseby make the stop. And Sto-Rox now faced with a 4th and 36 in the shadow of their own goalpost. We'll have to kick this one away with under 2 minutes now left in this 3rd quarter, and the score remaining 21-0 Rochester.
It's pretty remarkable, Matt. You got a timeout by Sto-Rox, so we'll have a stoppage here, 4th and 36.
Timeout on the field, 1:32 left here in the third quarter. 21-0 Rochester in the lead. You're listening to and watching 2016 WPIAL High School football here on the MSA Sports Network.
Log on every Wednesday night at 7 for the latest high school football news during this week in the WPIAL here on the MSA Sports Network. Join Don Rebel and other members of the MSA Sports team as they visit with WPIAL football coaches, plus they run down the upcoming schedule and preview the weekend's top high school football games. That's this week in the WPIAL, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. this fall, only on the MSA Sports Network.
Back here at Sto-Rox, 1:32 left in the 3rd quarter. The Vikings trailing Rochester 21-0 in this Class 1A Big 7 conference matchup, brought to you by Progress. Progress First and Turf. Matt Vandriak, Cory Campano with you here tonight. And Cory, another case of Sto-Rox getting a drive that started to put together a little momentum, and then this time penalties kill it.
Yeah, they get 2 penalties on that drive, and then just a bad series of misfortunes. Couple sacks and losses, and look out now.
High snap here. Luckily for Hawkins, nobody coming. Hawkins, though, decides he's going to pull this down. Hawkins comes across the 25, and the 15, and he's going to be pushed back before he gets to the 20 as a flag flies on the play. I don't know if Hawkins realized that Rochester wasn't rushing anybody on that punt attempt. The snap was high. Hawkins got it down, tried to run with it instead, and he got to about the 15-yard line. That's as far as he was going to get. Stop made on the play by Rochester's Malik Strozier. Then some flags fly afterwards. A block in the back against Sto-Rox, and the Rams are going to have the ball in the red zone to start.
Just unbelievable. It just is unbelievable. 4th and 36. Get a high snap, so Hawkins can't get the punt off. Then he runs. then another penalty. We've said that I don't know how many times tonight, not keeping track of the penalty yardage, but Sto-Rox, just the discipline's just not there right now.
So Rochester has a chance to land the knockout punch here. 1st and 10 at the Sto-Rox 12-yard line. Up 21-0 with 1:19 left here in this third quarter. Kuba under center. I-backs behind him. Kuba going to hand off. Here comes Collins to the right side. Collins finds room, breaks a tackle inside the 5, and he spins down to the 3-yard line. Spun down by Antoine Ebor, but a solid gain of 7 on that first down run will bring up 2nd down and short.
I think they're saying 9 on the scoreboard. He's right down near that first down stick.
2nd and 1. Ball at the 3-yard line.
Now they have a first down. 1st and goal. So 10 yards, Collins. Tough to see where they've spotted the ball a couple times here tonight, and there's been some choice spots there, whether good or bad.
Good for Rochester.
Yeah.
1st and goal for the Rams of the 2. Chance to make this a 4-score game. 21-0 the Rams lead. They come to the line with a big set. 3 backs. Kuba going to call his own number, pushes up the middle, and he is going to be stopped short of the end zone by the Sto-Rox defense. Nice push inside by the Vikings, Richard Johnson, as well as Jeff Schmidt.
Ball's basically sitting on the goal line.
2nd and goal. As Cory said, from about a half a football outside. Big set again.
Would expect the same play here.
Kuba dives this time into the end zone. Touchdown, Rochester. Throw your hats, Rams fans. That's a hat trick of TDs for number 18, Ian Kuba. Bada boom! Realest guy in the room. 27-0 Rams. And with 15 seconds left here in the third quarter, I think the fat lady may be able to put the pierogies down right now, though I doubt she wants to.
Saw Ian Kuba running back after he was stopped on that first down play. Looked right at head coach Mitsuk and kind of did the traveling motion. His fingers out like, hey, just run the same play again. And they did just that and scored. This has been a terrific game played by the Rochester Rams. Sto-Rox will definitely compete in this conference, but Rochester really looks like a good football team here in Class 1A.
Extra point try here. Hold, and the kick is blocked at the line of scrimmage, as getting through for the Vikings was William Johnson to block the PAT by Elijah Gooseby.
Another flag.
Hey, guess what? There's a flag on the PAT.
Now some jawing going on down there. Gooseby had to be pulled out of the pile for Rochester.
Well, Gooseby, I don't think is happy still from that second PAT when he was hit after the play was blown dead, which actually led to Rochester going for 2.
Yeah.
And I think Gooseby might have taken a bump there off the block, and it's not like it. And I think Sto-Rox is going to get a penalty again. So we'll see what the call is. Personal foul against the Vikings will set Rochester up. Or will it? Now Rochester's just going to decline it.
And Gene Mitsuk's on the field like, wait a second, I don't want to decline it if it's against Sto-Rox.
I don't want to decline it. I want to go for the conversion here and go for 2 probably.
Yeah, the extra point was missed, right?
Right, it was blocked.
There's no point in declining that penalty.
So Matt took over to talk to the officials, who I think have it in line. Maybe he did decline it. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. They're not retrying it, so
okay.
Extra point no good.
Either way, Kuba, a 1-yard touchdown run to extend. The Rochester lead to 27-0. Some of the top athletes in the WPIAL are featured every week on the MSA Sports Center stage, which you can view on our YouTube page. Log on to our website this fall at www.msasports.net and check out which athletes we're talking to. Plus, our weekly game lights are also now featured here on the MSA Sports Network, and we'll try our best to get you a center stage interview following this one. Okay, here's the thing, Cory. The extra point was blocked. The foul came after the play. Will be enforced on the kickoff, and Rochester will kick from the 45-yard line.
So they did not decline that penalty.
No, they did not. The extra point was no good. It goes on the kickoff. And Rachi will kick it off from their own 45-yard line, and that is Elijah Gooseby, who I think would probably like to make a tackle after the last couple of exchanges.
He didn't like that one bit. It's got a note from our friend Mark Schoss at the network. That Northgate game is just reaching halftime now against Shenango, 20-0. Northgate
Gooseby kicking it to the near side of the field. G makes the return. Nice return by G, getting across the 20. Still on his feet, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Bumped out by Chad Menny and Darrell Duke after a good return by Raymond G.
Probably not how Sto-Rox envisioned this one going, Matt. Got to find a way to have a little bit of sense of pride here. Get yourselves on the scoreboard. Pretty crazy the amount of points they were averaging per game coming into this, and now with the goose egg on the scoreboard going into the fourth quarter. Didn't expect that.
Sto-Rox has given up only 15.3 points against coming in. Rochester's defense ram tough, if you will, here tonight. Final play of the quarter. Doubt going deep. Has a man. Nice catch made at the 50-yard line and down to the Rochester 47-yard line. Raymond G with a big gain. And we'll start the first quarter with the Vikings in Rochester territory at the Rams 48. 3 chapters written, 1 to go here in McKees Rocks. Your score after 3, it's Rochester 27, Sto-Rox nothing. You're listening to and watching 2016 WPIAL High School football here on the MSA Sports Network.
MSA Sports broadcasts are now available on both Android and iOS devices. Just navigate to the game of your choice, and on your mobile device, press the arrow or play button. It's that easy. No app needed. No matter where you are, MSA Sports content is available at your fingertips via your iPad, Android phone, iPod, and iPhone. Anytime, anywhere, always there. The MSA Sports Network.
Right now, when you refer a friend to open a new personal or business checking account at First Commonwealth Bank, you can earn a generous cash reward. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Could be a relative. Could be a Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
Back here at Sto-Rox, fourth quarter getting underway. Vikings will have it 1st and 10 at the Rochester 48-yard line, but it's the Rams leading by the score of 27-0. Matt Vandriak, Cory Campano with you here. As tonight's game brought to you by Progress. Progress, First and Turf, your video stream game of the week here on the network. Switching sides now, Sto-Rox moving left to right. Doubt out of the shotgun. Going to call his own number. Doubt into Rochester territory. Lowers the shoulder. Brings the boom. And picks up a solid 8 yards. Tough run by Brady Doubt. Before being brought down by Chris Hayes, who was on the receiving end of some force there by Doubt to end that run.
It's a big man coming at you. Good job by Hayes to stand in and make the tackle, even though virtually got ran over. Brady Doubt showing a little something here in the fourth.
6'3", 220 is Doubt. 6'1", 185 is Hayes. Doubt to throw, fires across the middle, and it's incomplete. Just behind the intended target there of Amir Austin. They're going to say it's complete.
Wow, that's crazy. You could see dirt fly up on the field
Flag
there.
on the play. I thought that Hayes broke up the pass originally anyhow.
It's not going to matter.
Wouldn't matter. Illegal shift against Sto-Rox takes it away. Yeah, I saw the dirt there too, Cory, because I think that Hayes, I thought, tipped the ball and then knocked it into the dirt.
Yeah, that's crazy there. I'm not sure what the officials saw. And now they're discussing it. It looks like if it's a completion or not, which is totally irrelevant.
Rochester coaches are like,
hey, yeah, if it's on Sto-Rox, what's the discussion?
Yeah, so either way, an untimely penalty again against the Vikings, but mentioned the dirt kicking up in the air on that play. Old school here at Sto-Rox. Grass field, old school wooden press box, Friday night. Cory, you love it, old school.
Love it. Absolutely love it. They take care of us here, too.
Absolutely.
I want to say thanks to the people at Sto-Rox. Had a nice setup for us.
Absolutely. We appreciate that. Delay handoff comes to Devontae Williams. He's swallowed up after a short gain. Nothing doing there as Andrew Massey swallows up the running back after a short gain. Temper's getting a little bit short out there now.
And there's been no room for Devontae Williams to run all night. It's just his 5th carry of the ball game. Really no openings for him.
3rd and 6 for the Vikings at the Sto-Rox 45. 4 receiver set, 2 to each side. Now Williams will shift out to make it 3 to the right. Doubt out of the shotgun. Feels some pressure as the pocket collapses. He's going down. Timber. Andrew Massey with the sack. And the Rams come up with another big defensive play.
Just seems like every 3rd down, somebody in that white uniform steps up and makes a play. Brady Doubt couldn't even get a full 3-step drop in before Massey was in the backfield.
4th down and 11 from the 50-yard line, and the Rams defense coming up with a big play there, forcing Sto-Rox to go for it here. Doubt going to throw to the left. Steps up, fires downfield, and triple coverage, and it's intercepted by the Rams.
It's that man again.
All around. 3 touchdowns for Kuba, 3 interceptions for Caleb Collins, and the Rochester Rams take over after another interception, the 3rd of the night, thrown by Brady Doubt.
And the 3rd of the night, more importantly, for Caleb Collins. How many times has he been in the right spot defensively? He's had a terrific game running the football as well. Night to remember for that young man, just a junior, scored a touchdown on the ground earlier and 3 interceptions defensively. Rochester is basically putting the cap on this one, Matt.
9:54 left here in this 4th quarter. 27-0 Rams in the lead. First quarter touchdown is by Ian Kuba. Second quarter touchdowns by Caleb Collins and Kuba. And then Kuba rounding it out with his 3rd score in the 3rd quarter. Inside handoff goes to Hayes across the 26, out to about the 27-yard line. William Johnson in on the tackle for the Vikings along with Andre Frensley. Coming up after the game, it's the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show with Dawn Rebel and a cast of thousands from the MSA Sports Control Center with all the scores from Week 3 of this 2016 WPIAL football season. I'll be at the round table, joined by Sam Hall. No. Mike White? No. Mike Azadian. That's who it's going to be. He'll join me at the round table. He'll join Don at the round table, so don't miss the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show after the game, only here on the MSA Sports Network. Hand off to the near side of the field. Collins across the 30, spins out to the 31, where he's spun down there after a short gain by the Vikings' Taiwan LaRue.
Rochester, very solid football team, Matt. They are built to survive in this Big 7 conference, no doubt. They came in, Sto-Rox, Western Beaver, Northgate, and Rochester all coming in at 2-0. Rochester looking to cement themselves at the top of this conference. They have played a terrific football game here tonight.
You mentioned already Northgate had a good lead over Shenango. Western Beaver plays tomorrow, the only game on the MSA Sports Network tomorrow afternoon. They take on Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. Don Rebel and Mike Azadian will have that one for you. Kuba on 3rd and 4, rolls to the near side, hit as he throws, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Good effort by Deshaun Sherrod to try to come back and make the catch. He was out of bounds. Kuba took a pretty good shot on the play from Sto-Rox Demetrius Berry as well.
I'm surprised they threw the football, to be honest. 3rd and 4, he hasn't thrown the entire second half. And not to mention, Ian Kuba, by far your star on offense. You have him roll to the opposite throwing side. That's a chance to take a hit in a bad situation when you're up 27 points. Probably could have just run the football up the gut there and stuck to what has worked all night.
4th and 4, Rochester will punt it away. Declan Eaton going to kick this one away from his own 18-yard line. Steps up to the 20. Sorry, not Eaton. That's actually Tyreek Sherrod. Good kick, and the return man almost loses it as he fields it at the 36. Levon Hawkins almost lost that football as Rochester had some pressure bearing down on him. Number 8, Tanner Richko, right in his face as the ball came down. 8:10 left here in this fourth quarter. 27-0. Rochester in the lead. Sto-Rox trying to get to the end zone for the first time here tonight. 5 receivers set, 4 bunch to the left. Behind the line, screen pass going to go there to Austin up the far sideline. Nice burst as he gets out to midfield. That'll be close. He should have Amir Austin, there as soon as they spot him at. He did get the first down near midfield out to the 49-yard line.
Did you call that a rush there, Matt? That was clearly behind the line.
That's the throw. Trying to get Austin the ball in space. You see how quick he is once he gets rolling. Solid pickup there out to the 48-yard line. Gain of 18 on the play. Same set for the Vikings. Doubt this time going to try to come up the near side. And incomplete, looking for Raymond G. One-on-one coverage with Nick Grossi. So that time they used that play to Hawkins previously to set up that deep pass, getting single coverage here on the near side. But the throw from Doubt too strong. Good coverage, though, by Grossi as well.
.755 left. Sto-Rox. You see the passing on full display here. Trying to hit a big hitter maybe just to get on the scoreboard. Raymond G's had a nice night on the outside. Maybe they can find him in single coverage one of these times.
2 receivers to each side. Behind the line, the throw comes to Alexander. Alexander makes the catch, and he's going to be swallowed up immediately by the Rochester defense. Actually loses a couple yards. Nice job by Hayes to make initial contact, and then Sherrod as well as Collins close it up. Flag on the far side of the field.
That was away from the play. Because Alexander definitely lost 1 or 2 there. We'll see what the call is.
Penalty against Sto-Rox.
Chop block?
I didn't catch the call.
I think it was a chop block.
Crackback block. All right, so same thing. Going to cost the Vikings, who have been penalty prone here, to say the least, tonight.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Again, not keeping track, but probably would have run out of paper space if I was.
We'll recap the significant stats for you after the game. Sto-Rox will have it. After the penalty, the way back. Wow, where's this going to? Still walking. Back to the 34-yard line. Goodness. It's going to be 2nd and 25. Out of the shotgun now, Doubt. Going to hand off to Austin, coming here to the near side. Nice burst by Austin across the 40. Austin spins out to the 45 where he's stacked up. So Austin getting some positive yards before Hayes and Sherrod can bring him down.
Our man Keith Barnes with the stat, 11 penalties, 102 yards for Sto-Rox.
Ouch. Gets 10 back on that play to Austin. 3rd and 15 now from the 46. Sorry, from the 44. Down out of the shotgun. Backside pressure coming. Doubt steps up. Pump fakes, trying to avoid it. Doubt comes here to the near side of the field. Nice spin move by Brady Doubt. And he gets into Sto-Rox territory down to the 46-yard line. Injured Ram behind the play. And Doubt's a little slow to get up too, as he got stacked up by Rochester's Tyler Borzen and Chris Hayes. Doubt still down. Not good for Sto-Rox. The official's going to take a timeout. Make sure that Doubt's okay. I think he might have landed on the football there. They got the wind knocked out of him. A couple of bodies landing on top of him. She mentioned for Rochester, Andrew Massey injured behind the play. He's actually on the sideline now, stretching out, suffering from a cramp. Well, if you're here tonight or anywhere else or around the WPIAL watching high school football, we want to see your game day smiles. On our website, go to the game or broadcast page for the game that you're at. Select the Add a Photo option in the upper right-hand portion of the screen and browse to the photo you want to upload. Your photo may then appear as one of our spotlight photos on our homepage at msasports.net. You can also tag your Instagram photos with @MSA Sports. Officials timeout on the field. 6:31 left here in this fourth quarter. 27-0 Rochester leads. Ian Kuba, 10-yard touchdown run at 7:46 of the first quarter. Caleb Collins, a 5-yard TD run 5 seconds into the second quarter. Kuba again, a 31-yard touchdown run with 2:45 left in the opening half. And then Kuba completes the touchdown hat trick with a 1-yard score. 15 ticks left on the third quarter clock. No one's broken through here in this fourth quarter, but Rochester content, up by 27 with 6:28 left in regulation. In at quarterback now for Sto-Rox is Eric Wilson, and Wilson just gets swallowed by the Rams defense. Nothing happening there as Rochester's Declan Eaton swallowing the backup quarterback for a loss. I think the ball came out on that play too.
It did. Didn't matter as it was fourth down. Who fell on that one?
Williams did.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wilson, that is Eric Wilson, the freshman who is in to spell Brady Dowd, who was shaken up on that previous play.
Might be smart for them to just leave Brady Dowd on the sideline now.
Absolutely.
You know how important he is.
Some clean uniforms coming out of the field here for the Rams, but Ian Kuba's still out there. Might be a good time to switch over to Tyreek Sherrod for the Rams as well. The 4-score lead in just 6:04 left here in this fourth quarter. Kuba, though, going to come out of the shotgun. Kuba going to call his own number here to the near side. Kuba breaks a tackle. Nice move at the 40, and he gets to the 35-yard line. Cut down on the play by Sto-Rox, Jeff Schmidt. Flag on the play again. Holding against the Rams will negate that. Holding against the Rams will double negate that. Oh, Cory, I mean, in football, it's been said that you really can almost call holding on every play. With the 27-0 lead in this game pretty much out of reach, I wish the officials would call it less here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah. Surprised, actually, though, I wanted to mention Ian Kuba running the football. 27-0 lead, 6 minutes to go in the game. A safe run towards the outside, but still anything can happen in the situation that you're in. I'd rather see my starter be able to play next week and not be put in any type of situation to where he could get injured, but or at least hand the ball off here, instead of running.
Rams do, but Hayes is on the sideline too, so Rochester staying with a single back set. And Kuba coming out of the shotgun here. 1st and 19 after the penalty, back to the Rams' 45-yard line. 2 receivers to each side. Collins to the left of Kuba. Kuba going to send Sherrod in motion. He'll get the handoff coming here to the near side of the field. Sherrod gets to the 47 and still fighting for yards, where he's stacked up near midfield. Coming away with the football for Sto-Rox is Levon Hawkins, but that play's blown dead after a gain of maybe 5 on the play for Rochester.
Yeah, up to the 48-yard line. That more like it for the Rams. Get the ball in somebody else's hands besides Kuba. You're right, Matt, got 5 yards there. Time keeps ticking away. Rams more than likely going to move on to 3-0 and be in a nice spot in this Big 7 conference.
Yeah, Sto-Rox will fall to the 2-1 in the conference, 3-1 overall. Last check, Northgate was having their way with Shenango, so the Flames will be a perfect 3-0. Rochester 3-0 as well. The only other undefeated is Western Beaver, 2-0 in the conference, 3-0 overall. They play Our Lady of the Sacred Heart tomorrow. Collins gets the call to the near side of the field and gets maybe a yard. Ripping at the football there, Seth Alexander. And he makes the stop. Deshaun Saunders and Jeff Schmidt help clean it up for the Vikings. Third and 13 coming up here for Rochester. Ball at the Sto-Rox 48. Rochester in no hurry here. Good effort here by Rochester tonight. Really showing great poise on both sides of the football. And Ian Kuba, what a night he's having. Strong night on the ground, couple of big pass plays, 3 rushing touchdowns. Caleb Collins, big run, touchdown run, 3 interceptions. And Rochester is going to have to burn a timeout with 3:33 left here in this fourth quarter on 3rd down and 13. 27-0 Rams in the lead. Don't forget to tune in for This Week in the WPIAL Wednesday nights at 7. Join us as we visit with some of the top WPIAL coaches. Plus, we preview Week 4 of the 2K16 WPIAL football season. That's This Week in the WPIAL. This and every Wednesday night at 7 on the MSA Sports Network. And after the game, that's right, there's more to come tonight. It's the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show with Dawn Rebel and a cast of thousands. Thousands. The Rock had millions and millions, Cory. Dawn Rebel has a cast of thousands. We'll be coming to you live from the MSA Sports Control Center with all the scores from Week 3 of this 2016 WPIAL football season. Matt Vandriak, he's going to join Dawn and Mike Zadien at the round table. There may or may not be a Bootio shirt involved. Don't miss the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show after the game, only here on the MSA Sports Network. Listen or watch it live.
Is that a little sneak peek there, a little preview for the viewers?
Kuba out of the shotgun on 3rd and long, and he's going to be dropped at the 50-yard line. Not much doing there. Nice job by Sto-Rox, William Johnson, and Meyer Woodward. We'll make it 4th down and about 13. No gain on the play, so the Rams will have to kick this one away as we approach the 3-minute mark remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Rochester just has to be incredibly pleased the way that this one has played out tonight. Not only putting 27 points up on the road, but controlling the entire pace of the game, staying disciplined, capitalizing on opportunities, giving up 0 points, shutting out your opponent. Have to be extremely, extremely thrilled to walk out of here with the type of victory that they have gotten here tonight.
Rochester will take on Cornell at home next week. The Raiders back in the WPIAL for the first time since 2011 and looking for their first victory since 2011. Sto-Rox from the frying pan into the fire. They host Northgate here next week. That's going to be a big game for the Vikings. If the score holds up, the Flames will be a perfect 3-0 in conference play. They had a good lead over Shenango on our last update from Mark Schoss on that one.
Another timeout here. Looked like Rochester ran the clock down the whole way and then decided to call one.
ProGrass is back this year, sponsoring the 2016 fall edition of the ProGrass Athletes of the Month in football, as well as both boys and girls soccer. September's ballots will be available on the MSA Sports Network site starting on Monday, September the 26th. And ProGrass bringing you tonight's video stream of this Rochester Sto-Rox game. ProGrass, first in turf.
Shenango on the board, now 20-6 in that one. Trying to fight back, but presumably could be Northgate at 3-0 versus Sto-Rox at 2-1. That's a huge game for this conference next week.
Absolutely. So out of the timeout, 4th and 12, the Rams will punt it. At his own 40-yard line is Tyreek Sherrod. Levon Hawkins awaits the return at his own 14 for the Vikings. Sherrod steps up. It's a good punt here. Taking a Rams bounce inside the 20, still rolling inside the 15, and that's where it'll be downed at.
And as predicted, Brady Dowd will stay out of this one. Wilson jogging back on. I think that's the right call.
Well, since the end result is no longer in doubt,
right,
we don't need any more Brady Dowd.
Yep.
Sto-Rox and Jason Rosito going to concede this one and get their younger guys a little bit of time and regroup for next week. Cory, one to grow on, but a big contest.
Yeah.
Here at Sto-Rox next week against the resurgent Northgate Flames.
Rochester takes on Cornell next week, but then they get Northgate right after that. So interesting next couple weeks in the Big 7 Conference.
Absolutely. These games are going to go a long way towards the side of the conference crown. Eric Wilson out of the shotgun. Throws to the far side of the field. Incomplete. Off the hands of his intended target. Looking for Amir Austin, who's still in there. Pass incomplete. Sto-Rox to taste defeat for the first time here in 2K16, while Rochester will get their first win over Sto-Rox since 2010.
And it was a big one. I mean, there's no sugarcoating this. I know I've said it multiple times, and it's because of the meaning behind this huge road victory interconference for Rochester.
Wilson out of the shotgun, going to look to his left. Just chuck this one downfield in traffic, and it's going to be intercepted at the 40-yard line by Rochester's Malik Strozier. Strozier on the return, gets to the 32 as a flag flies at the end of the play, and the Rams will get it back with 1:51 left on this fourth quarter clock, and a chance to just run this one out. Hopefully with no more penalty flags.
Can't promise anything there.
The official's going to maybe need rotator cuff surgery if he throws any more tonight. Rochester going to get some of their younger guys in here for this final 1:51 of play. Holding was the call against Rochester on the return. And we'll see Tyreek Sherrod, the sophomore, take over at quarterback for the Rams. Sherrod has shown off his punting skills here tonight, and he's done a nice job the couple of times he's had to kick.
Yeah. Only had to kick, what, 3? I think 3 times the entire night. But, yeah, all 3 were pretty good punts.
So Rochester bringing in some of the JV guys to get a little taste here. Wrap this one up. Both teams getting in some of their younger guys. First and 10 from the Sto-Rox 43-yard line. Handoff coming to the deep backs, spinning forward across the 40, down to the 39-yard line. For Rochester is Anthony Parker. Parker Anthony, the freshman. Tackled on the play.
I think that was white leather. Matt, 24? No, white leather?
Thought it was 2, but could be right. Gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down and 7. You're right, it was the white leather on the carry. And here he comes again to the left side, breaks the tackle, and white leather dives to the 36-yard line. It's brought down by Sto-Rox, Taiwan LaRue. Third and 4 coming up, and Rochester will have to run one more play, and then this one should be all done. Impressive effort by the Rams here tonight. Third and 4. Tyreek Sherrod under center. Hands off to the deep back, to the left side, and crossing the 35 down to the 34 for Rochester is Darrell Duke, the sophomore. It's about 3 on the play for being stopped by Alexander and Saunders for the Vikings. And the final horn sounds here at McKees Rocks. The Rochester Rams, a perfect 3-0 in 2016 with an impressive road victory here over Big 7 Conference rival Sto-Rox. Rochester 27, the Vikings nothing. We'll take a break and be back to wrap it up. You're listening to and watching 2016 WPIAL High School football here on the MSA Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveYou. Carlo University, a proud sponsor of the MSA Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, First in Turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, First in Turf.
Monticello's Italian restaurant has been serving the Pittsburgh community for over 34 years. With over 5 northern locations, there is one near you. Monticello's has been named the best pizza, best hoagies, and best Italian restaurant by the Tribune Review for 3 years in a row. Stop in at Monticello's restaurant before or after your high school football game and mention that you heard us on the MSA Sports Network and receive a large traditional cheese pizza and 4 soft drinks for $12.99. For the complete menu and additional information, go to Monticello's.com. Monticello's, a Pittsburgh favorite.
Officially Sports is your one-stop shop for all your officiating needs. If you need a shirt, jacket, pants, shoes, whistles, etc., Officially Sports has it all, and they are the sole licensed supplier for the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association. Officially Sports also provides custom bags and apparel to help promote your officials' association. Mention this ad and receive free shipping until November 1st. Order online at www.officiallysports.com or call 1-800-934-4555. That's 1-800-934-4555. Call today.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's WPIAL football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show here on the MSA Sports Network. Hi, I'm Don Rebel. Join me in the MSA Sports Gang for all the scores and recaps from the top games, plus the MSA Sports Roundtable. That's the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the MSA Sports Network and at msasports.net.
Back here at Sto-Rox, wrapping up Rochester's 27-0 Big 7 conference win here over the Vikings. Your video stream game of the week here on the network, brought to you by ProGrass. ProGrass First in Turf. Matt Vandriak, Cory Campano with you to wrap it up. And a very impressive night for the Rams, who pitched the shutout. Strong defense, led to some offense, long scoring drives, textbook win for the Rochester Rams, turning the clock back to the way the Rams did it back in the early part of the Y2K decade when they were a regular at Heinz Field. Getting back to that glory perhaps here in 2K16 as they're out to a 3-0 start now on this 2016 season and get a big conference win. Scoring recap looks like this. Rochester got it started. 7:46 left in the opening quarter. Ian Kuba, a 10-yard touchdown run that was set up on a 47-yard run by Caleb Collins. The first Rochester drive of the night. And the extra point by Elijah Gooseby made it 7-0 Rams. That was your only score of the opening quarter. Big play, though, to end the first quarter. A 59-yard pass from Ian Kuba to Deshaun Sherrod would set it up. And that came off an interception. INT, the first that was thrown this season by Sto-Rox. Brady Doubt. 79-yard drive for the Rams. That 59-yard pass from Kuba to Sherrod set it up. It was Caleb Collins, a 5-yard touchdown run, 5 seconds into the second quarter. 2-point conversion run by Chris Hayes made it 15-0 Rochester. 2:45 left in the second quarter. We're going to get our next score, but it was what led up to that may, most likely, I would say, turn the tide of this football game. Sto-Rox had the ball at the Rochester 18-yard line and looked like they were going to either score a touchdown or be stopped just short of it, but a holding penalty against the Vikings negated the play. On the very next play, Brady Dowd was picked off for the second time of the night by Caleb Collins at the Rochester 20-yard line. And even more unlikely on this drive of plays that Sto-Rox wish wouldn't have happened. On 4th down and 14, Ian Kuba broke off a 31-yard touchdown run. PAT was no good, but with 2:45 left in the opening half, it was 21-0 Rams. Only score of the second half came late in the third quarter. Ian Kuba rounds out his hat trick of scores on a 1-yard touchdown run with 15 ticks left on the third quarter clock. PAT was blocked. That rounds it out. 27-0 Rochester with the victory here tonight. An impressive one for the Rams.
Absolutely. Very impressed. Very impressive for Rochester. Let's go down the stat line to finish this one. We'll start it with the victor. The Rochester Rams had 68 yards passing at the end of the first half. That's where they ended at the end of the game. They threw one pass in the second half, so Ian Kuba finished 2 of 7 for those 68 yards. But a big clip in the second half. They finished the game with 234 yards rushing, led by 15 carries for 102 yards for the running back, number 22, Caleb Collins, who also had 3 interceptions in this game. Also quarterback Ian Kuba, 17 carries for 96 yards. Again, 234 yards total, 68 passing. That's 302 yards on the game, and they forced 4 turnovers, did not turn the ball over at all themselves. On the other side, not nearly the same story for the Sto-Rox Vikings. 167 passing yards. Brady Dowd had all of them. He was 15 of 19 on the night, but did, again, have 3 interceptions before leaving this game with what looked like an ankle injury. We'll have to check in to see if he's okay. Total of 167 yards passing and just 31 rushing yards. Your leading rusher was 2 carries for a total of 13 yards. That was Levon Hawkins. Brady Dowd also had 13 yards total on technically 7 carries, but just 31 yards rushing, 167 passing, 198 yards total for Sto-Rox. And again, those 4 turnovers, they did not force one themselves, and we'll have to make sure that Brady Dowd is okay after this one. Rochester wins a big, important game in the Big 7 Conference, 27-0.
Taking a look ahead now for these two teams, and Rochester sitting at the top of the Big 7 Conference. They improved to 3-0 both overall and in conference play. Sto-Rox will fall to 3-1 overall, 2-1 in conference play. If the score of the Northgate-Shenango game holds up, the Flames will join the Rams at the top of the Big 7 Conference. Northgate 3-0 in conference play and overall. And Western Beaver will try to join them tomorrow as Western Beaver takes on Our Lady of the Sacred Heart tomorrow afternoon. That game will be here on the MSA Sports Network with Don Rebel and Mike Azadian. Western Beaver 2-0 in the conference, 3-0 overall. Our Lady of the Sacred Heart 0-1 in conference play and 1-1 overall. Sto-Rox going to have to get right back at it, Corey. They had a tough night here tonight, but ain't going to be able to sit around and mope because they have Northgate coming in here next week and a big game to keep them in contention for the conference. If the Vikings want to stay in contention, they're going to get a win next week over Northgate, and it's not going to get any easier. Like I said, from the frying pan to the fryer to the fire to the bonfire, you're going to play Rochester, then Northgate, then a non-conference game at number 2 in Class AA, Washington, and then at Western Beaver on October 8th. So a tough 4-game stretch for Sto-Rox. Rochester will host Cornell next week. Then we'll be at Northgate the following week. That's a big game. And Rochester will also host Our Lady of the Sacred Heart on Friday night, October the 7th. So a little bit of an easier slate for the Rams. But after Cornell, that's a big game. So Northgate back-to-back against Sto-Rox and Rochester. And those next couple weeks are going to really thin the herd as far as conference championship contenders go. And we'll be at the halfway point of the season here pretty soon as well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Sto-Rox has what they have there, but you look after that, they should have 3 nice games to close out the year. Sto-Rox by no means out of this, but that's a disappointing loss here tonight. Not because they lost. Rochester, a good football team, but the way they lost. Sto-Rox didn't put any points up on the board, 4 turnovers. The numerous penalties. Our friend Keith Barnes gave us the final stat: 11 penalties for 102 yards. I mean, you're not going to win many football games with stats like that. That's a recipe for disaster. And all in all, Rochester was able to come out victorious tonight. Big win for the Rams on the road.
Rochester wins by the final score of 27-0, and the Rams improved to 3-0, both overall and in Big 7 conference play. Sto-Rox tasting defeat for the first time this season. They fall to 2-1 in the conference and 3-1 overall. Any final thoughts on what you saw here tonight, Corey?
Rochester really impressed me on both sides of the football. Caleb Collins, 3 interceptions. Ian Kuba virtually throwing and running the football. He did whatever he wanted tonight at will. And Sto-Rox, I think, will rebound from this game. I think they just had a disappointing output today. Didn't play their best football game, and Rochester capitalized on every opportunity. Both these teams, I think, are going to be playoff teams.
Final score again here from Sto-Rox. Rochester 27, the Vikings nothing for Cory Campano, Matt Vandriak. Hope you enjoyed listening to it and watching it.
And thank you, Scott, on camera.
Also, Scott Majeski on camera, the third man in the booth. No lightning tonight, Scott. Yeah, buddy. Rochester wins 27-0. Thanks for listening and watching, and we hope you enjoyed it. 2016 WPIAL High School football coverage here on the MSA Sports Network. Thanks again for listening and viewing this one. Good night, everyone.
You have been listening to WPIAL football at MSAsports.net. Sponsored in part by Progress, by First Commonwealth Bank, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Carlow University, by Officially Sports, by Dollar Bank, by Monticello's Italian Restaurant, and by Management Science Associates. You can follow the 2016 WPIAL football season and all of the fall high school sports action by logging on every day to www.msasports.net. The preceding has been a special presentation of the Management Science Associates Sports Network.